Hey, welcome everyone to the new rebrand. How's it going? I will start off solo, of course. Use middays, but the guys will slowly come in. So, Peepo was first. He says to dive, my boys. Yeah, a couple rebrands in. You stuck with us through it all. Salcat saying, let's roll, boys. Absolutely. Sweet intro. All right. Yeah. I mean, I just kind of. It's basic. It's basic for now. We're working on it. You know, baby steps, trying to improve a little bit of everything right now. And I am going to have to apologize a little bit. The Canadian women are playing right now. I got that off to the side. I might have some premature cheering. It's not premature, really. It's not for Juve, is basically what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, that's a pretty big deal for me right now. The woman, after the scandal, trying to fight back against Germany. 0-0 in the 92nd minute right now. Pizza, beer, and Juve. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Pizza, beer, and Juve. Let's do it. Oh, and what is that? A Porsche? Is that Porsche you got on your photo there? Excellent. All right, let's not waffle on too much. We do have a game to cover here, and I will get in the Discord. So first and foremost, let's go through all that, guys. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And, of course, the Discord. It's where all the good stuff happens. There's the QR code. Links in the description below. Everything's down in the description. So, if you don't know where to find the game, the Discord's going to help you find the game, essentially. So go there. Just the conversation, the new Sal, keeping up on the news, as always. Loving it. He is also our resident financier, if you will. He knows the money side of things. Let's just say that. So let me get my stream going. All that jazz. Should have just booted up a couple moments ago. So America, it's supposed to be CBS. Again, Sal's got it explained down in the Discord. That's right. The women were playing today as well. Servette, last I checked, it was 2-0, and Alicia Lehman got her first goal. So yeah. All right. Why is the Juve site so difficult here? Oh, come on. It's because I deleted the email. That's what I get for deleting the email. All right. It was right there. I just had to not delete it, and link would have been right there. That being said, as I try to sort my stream on, it will be on in just a few moments. Let's get into the FOP mob, and we'll look at the starting lineup. Again, very provisional, right? I don't know what we all expected. I suppose I think some people expected a full starting lineup. I don't know, but here we go. We got Cambiaso, Cabal, Gatti, Savona along the back. De Gregorio, sorry, let's not gloss over him. And net, Thuram and Locatelli in the pivot midfield. Bangula, we see him again. Fajoli and Weah in the top three with Vlahovic as the lone striker. Oh man, I am struggling here, guys, to actually get the stream. Because last time I didn't need the link. That's fine. Yeah. Where? It says where? Just give me it. Here we go. Live friendly. Right in the main page. I got it, guys. And it will be there in the Discord just momentarily. So if you're looking for the stream, like I said, you know where to find it. So I will get the stream going in the Discord as well. Just bear with me a quick second. There it is. Okay, so that's being shared. So players on the pitch. We have 3 minutes to go before the kickoff. Looks like we're heading into extra time now in Canada, Germany, Olympics women. Let's find get the final score there. Juventus woman today. Is it gonna show me? No, of course it's not gonna show me. Let me know if you know what the score was. Final Juventus woman. Last I checked, it was 2-0. So, Servette, it's preseason. You know, we won't get too tied up over it. Let's go over Brest. Stade Brest 29, I guess is how you would say that. So they have Corder as the goalkeeper. Amavi with a 0. He's number 0. No, they just updated as we speak. Number 35. There you go. Ndai, a Chardonnay, and Lala back four. You got a defensive midfielder of Magnetti and a top three pairing of Camarda Martin del Castillo with two strikers, the Dardan and Ajorc. Working on my Spanish and French here today. That'll be good. It'll be good. We get to see a few exciting things as well, I think, Cabal. We haven't seen much of him. New signing. Savona. Heard lots of great things from him. We get to give a bit of a taste of him, which will be nice to see. We do hear all these things. Get to see it for ourselves before the season kicks off. Here comes my dog eating flies. Quite the entrance she makes. Okay, so we got a 4-2-3-1, sorry, for Juve against a 4-1-3-2. Very interesting. Yes, I have guys coming in. I'll mute myself too. Sorry. Yes, Jeff. We got people coming into the Discord as well, getting the watch party going. I do understand as well there might be a bit of a SummerSlam watch along going on. I don't know if you guys organize that. We'll have to ask Dash and Dave when they come in, because they're the WWE fans. So yeah, there might be a bit of a watch party there tonight. I know they did that. So Royal Rumble is one of the big events anyways for WWE. So lots of fans there. We have a whole WWE section in the Discord as well. So just more and more reasons to get in there. For all the nerds, we got the anime. We got the F1, of course. Salcat's ready for that. What's that? SummerSlam or Pizza and Beer? It's a bit too early. I haven't started the beer. I can't start drinking at this point, guys. I got a few hours ahead of me. It'll get messy. So we're looking to see an improvement on last week. That was not great last week, not going to lie. It wasn't supposed to necessarily look good. Speaking of looking good or not, verdict still out. Fairly negative reception so far on that second jersey. What do you guys think of that? That yellow piss stained, as somebody, who was that piss stained? Somebody said that in the chat anyways. Yeah, it looks like somebody just threw a white shirt down on the ground and somebody pissed on it. It's a pretty good description. Not a massive fan, but what do you guys think? Nice, the Discord filling up. Having a moment of silence, as we often do. But get back to that lineup. Cabal, obviously, like you said, Savona, nice to see again. Be interesting to see how Thuram and Locatelli work in a pivot. And Weah getting pushed up in that winger role as well. Fajoli more advanced today. Get to see Bangula again. It'll be interesting. We're getting more and more towards our starting lineup. I would hope to see that next week against Atleti. There's still a few names perhaps to show up between now and then as well. Things really heating up. Todibo, of course, and Coop Miners, from what we understand, we're somewhere in the vicinity of 50 plus 5 with perhaps sell-on clause as well. Pretty hefty, pretty close to that 60 valuation from Atalanta. We're going all in. But let's get this. Let's get the party started, guys. Get the scoreboard up for you as well. Get that up ahead of time before we kick off. Here we go. I'll sync up at the 20-second mark. And we're about to, there we go. Yes, kickoff. Here we go. So second game of the preseason. A few more seconds for the sync. Okay, there we go. Time synced up. Sal, looks like snow turned yellow due to car emissions. Due to the car emissions. Okay. Usually when we're talking yellow snow, something else. I was just expecting something else. But Gatti playing the center back, the main center back today, at least in this first half. Cabal would be the secondary. Let's see what he's got. Interesting enough, I have somebody of Colombian descent that I work with. He is from Colombia. And he mentions, like, yeah, I heard he picked up a Colombian. So, like, yeah, Juan David Cabal. I was like, yeah, he's not bad. He's not bad. So, just from the Colombian perspective, watched him play for the national side a little bit. He didn't mind him. So positive, perhaps. But Fajoli's taking it off the left side, challenge in, and that's going to be thrown. Yeah, and there's that. You get to really see it now. The pink flashes with the white bar down the side. It's too much. Too much is happening there. They can never go 3 for 3, Adidas, it seems. But here's Locatelli advanced. Layoff. Flavic has it again. Can't get the shot off. Cambiaso switches to Bangula on the left flank. Tries to, he chips it back and forth. And Bangula again, sorry. But the pass doesn't make it. And Stade Brest is on the break. But is that a foul? Man goes down. Brevet. Not quite sure if there was anything in that challenge. No, there was absolutely nothing in that challenge. He just fell on his own. No contact. So saying, I was hoping to change my mind on this yellow kit, but I still don't like it after seeing it on our players. Yeah, you really don't know. You have to especially see it in person too. Sometimes the texture really improves things. But at this point, the last time I was so against in jersey, it was the Ronaldo year. Was it 19? Was it just the white and black bar with the pink, like hot pink down the center? Not a big fan of that one. LJJ saying, hello, everyone. Welcome in. Welcome to the whole crew. To Gregorio now. Plays it out to Zavona. Yeah, Zavona, if he really breaks out, it could be exciting. Fajoli with a back pass. He's got all the defenders marking him. They're holding that line out for another throw. So Stade Brest, another team that we're not too familiar with. Kind of going up in terms of difficulty, right? So last week, a second division German team. This week, a lower to mid-table French team, but in the first division. And then next week, top placing team in the Spanish first division. They're with Atleti. We all know and probably hate them. Love and hate, perhaps. They were our Spanish counterparts in the Allegri era. Simeone terror ball. Very close to Allegri ball. So that'd be next weekend. Last chance to kind of hopefully settle in what could be a roster. Let's, man. What if we get to Devo and Coop next week? They're still wingers. Galeno. Can't say Sal. You still hear a bit about. There's a bunch. There's a bunch of little things. There's still the Raspadori. Chiesa swap. There's even Gonzalez with McKennie plus like maybe 20. So much. We'll talk about that more in the post game, I'm sure. Once we get the whole panel settled in here. Nice little pass forward, and Fajoli brings it out right. Weah tries to cross it in, fumbled by the defender, but fumbled it straight to his goalkeeper, so no harm done there. It might be an offside feed anyways. That was going back to the Brest attack. In any case, Weah, right wing. That's actually his position. So it's good to see him up there, see what he's made of. He's still young too, 22, 23. Lots of room to improve. Thiago Mata, impressed with him. Very interesting to see as well with a new manager when they come in as compared to the old one. When you have guys like Rugani and DeShilio who are just stalwarts, just, depth players, but just stayed with the team for years and years. Allegri relied on them when he needed to. And now there was a whole list of people out of the project today. See if I can pull that up for you guys really quick. It was extensive. Like when I was reading, like it doesn't end. Some names are fairly minor, but here it is: Tech, Barbieri, Rugani, Giallo. Giallo more for a loan. DeShilio, McKenny, Arthur, Nicky C, Chiesa, Milik, Kostic, Gori, Riccio, Frabrata. Frabrata is one of those names that just keeps on lingering there. Facundo, Gonzalez, again, a loan. Hassa, Nonj, Ake, Sekulov, and Olivieri. So a few next-gen guys, but he's already determined that they're good to move on. Not really part of the long-term plans either. I don't think as Juventus fans we've really seen quite this extensive of an overhaul happening in the offseason. Lots of changes happening, hopefully for the better. Costello saying, I guess the management want the whole old guard gone. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And of course, a couple just loners. Now just get some more minutes. Giallo. He played, I think it was like 16 minutes last season. So he just needs to get match fitness. That's what that's all about. All right. So German Dave here saying, how is everybody? I'll be home in about 45 and you'll get 1D more. One more D sounds better. That's the German. Making it sound too robotic. We're going to have more D up in this place. Yeah, I hope you like the colors. Let us know. Give us free feedback. Lots of changes. Oh, Brest here keeps the pressure on. There was a very poor shot. Look, it's one of those. It was a shot, but it was looking like a cross. It was going nowhere. But missed pass there by Fajoli to Thuram. Picked up. Just no finish, unfortunately. But you can't give that up. That's a dangerous position. Bad passing centrally as well in your defensive zone. Not a good decision. Fajoli's got to do better there. People just yelling the dive. Dave saying these dive deep. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of innuendo as well. It's not going to end. That part's not going to. I'm real fuzzy, guys. There we go. Now I'm not so fuzzy. Now I'm not so fuzzy. Okay. Yeah, a little bit better there. People already calling Thuram as the MVP for the season. A little early. He might be, though. Seems to be fairly humble, praising his brother. And then, of course, Semper Inter, the trash website that is, jumped on that and made the headline basically saying Marcus is stronger than his brother, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, guys, relax. Like, he's younger. He's just getting into the big leagues, just like Marcus did last year. And, give him some time. He's the younger brother. Of course, he's going to give some respect. It's not just like, oh, Inter, I'm going to jerk off all over this guy. Juventini thinks his Inter brothers. Like, fuck, relax. Chill, Semper Inter. I know you need to sell some more ads. Get it, but simmer down on the nonsense. Dave's saying, stay away from my Thuram people. There's enough of him to share. He's a big dude. LJJ saying, watch Lucas score today. I'll watch that. I'll certainly watch that. I totally forgot about the women's game here. 101st minute now. Now still no score. It's Canada Germany Women's Olympics quarterfinals. Tight game there, and that's in Marseille. Another missed pass. Stade with it now, trying to work out of their defensive zone. Pressure's on. Goalkeeper dumps it under pressure. And called back for a foul. A bit of a push there. Does the Vona getting the call? Yeah, a slight little tug right at the nape of the neck. It's more so the positioning of that hand high up than I think any real tug. Yeah, it's weird just seeing under a Juve for the colors white and yellow. It's not really us. But, you know, does anybody like this kit? Somebody's got to like. There's always one guy that likes the weird stuff. And it's like Frankie or Jay Carr, one of those guys. Frankie's probably working. Guy works a lot. Probably just starting work too, right? That's about the time it starts. Heads in. Got to make the dollar bills. Brest with though. Trying to go over the top and long. And that does not work out either. Way it does well. The track back defensively and cut that out. So he's running. He's going to be used as the runner up and down that flank, I'm pretty sure, is what Mata wants. Some dynamism on the wings. Guys that can move the ball around. Ooh, Vlahovic walked through the back. See this again. Oh, yeah, he got kneed in the ass. Nothing big in that. He likes stretching those glute muscles anyways, as we saw there last week. Who's that young defender? Which one? Cabal? Number 32? But there's also Savona, 37, right back. LJ also saying, I have disliked a Juve shirt as long as the logo is on for me is good. Oh, haven't. I think he's saying I haven't disliked the Juve shirt. Yes, he corrects himself. I mean, you're allowed to not like it. I don't like it. I just don't know. It's this whole moon theme. They're trying to roll with some sort of out of space thing. I don't know. I don't buy it. Just don't buy it. I find it kind of gimmicky. Even see here in the transitions, because this is on JTV I'm watching, they have basically a black and white stripe at the J with that texture of the jersey, that moon jersey, the home kit. So they're really pushing that texture. Dave doesn't hate it, but he also doesn't like it. Okay, 106th minute extra time. First extra time there, Germany, Canada. Still no score. I hate when my sports overlap like that, right? They were supposed to finish just as this one started. That would have been perfect, but no. Not today. We will get weird mottos for every season from now on. That I know Inter does that. I don't want to do that. The weird mottos. Stuff's cringy too. think recently Inter has that like just letter I, letter M, Inter. I am for Inter Milan. I am Inter. Like, okay, get it. Cool. But when it's painted all over your tunnel to inspire your players, doesn't work on me. No weird mottos, no weird shirts. Just keep it clean. Like it just looks like another team's jersey. That's the problem. Really. It just doesn't seem like us. I get the pink, but pink by itself is a thing. And then it's supposed to be yellow and blue for the flag of Torino. That's where the yellow comes from. So it's either black and white stripes, yellow and blue, or pink. But you have yellow, white, and pink. It's just there's nothing right. Thuram, anyways. Let's get back to the actual game. Juve's definitely looking the better team at this point. Cabal with it now. Brings it wide to Cambiasso. 16 minutes in. Gatti feeds it centrally. Vlahovic doesn't get the pass off. Thuram there to collect. I think Thuram's going to need a good nickname as well. Thuram, I don't know. Doesn't roll off the tongue quite as nice as I'd like. I need a good catchphrase for him. Speaking of which, he tries to play back to the defense, plays it into the Stade attack, and they're on a bit of a counter fed through. Gatti's there to cut it out. Di Gregorio comes, scoops it up, preventing the corner kick. They are Inter, we are the moon, so we won. Okay. Maybe we both lost. LJJ, Juve future fans right there. Yeah, that's a lot of what they're trying to do. The marketing, I get that. They're trying to appeal to the kids. Vlahovic gets the ball over the top, but pushes the defender down. Goes down easy, Chardonnay. Not like the wine Chardonnay. Kind of like Chardonnay. So not the good, delicious alcoholic Chardonnay. Just the weak central defender Chardonnay. I agree, Costello. The third kit should be the away kit. Yeah, if you want to do an insane, ridiculous thing, that should be the third kit. Cambiasso brings it out to Bangula. The cross does get to Vlahovic. Back heel, it's up in the air, clearing out, and it's a throw. So a bit of positive movement, can't quite lock her down in the box. All Juve, though, for the most part here, 55% of the possession. One shots to Stade's 2 currently. Nothing too threatening at the moment. Game's yet to really pick up. It looks like Juve might want to start doing something here as we approach the 20 minutes. Gatti looking pretty all right, I got to say, in the sense of being that defensive orchestrator, kind of stepping up and moving that ball around, taking charge of that back line. Of course, not a lot of challenge on them. It gives him the space and the time to do that, but it's good that he has that opportunity to kind of play that role. Because typically that's going to be Bremer, right? Or Danilo, or any of those main starters. But Gatti, another year older, another year stronger, wiser. Perhaps he plays a little bit more of a role in terms of like leadership on the club this year. When there's a bad giveaway there, Stade on the counterattack. Oh, and Fagioli cutting back in, slide tackle, kicking up the moisture. It was raining here just before the game. It is moist night, nice and moist out there for the boys. Some of it might still be falling. Wasn't a heavy rain, but definitely wet out there. Stade looking to build out from the rear. And that's basically all they've been doing. They're not pushing it. Playing very conservatively. Waiting for Juve to come pressure up. They're going to play a bit of the counterattack game, it seems. Not playing a super common formation either. You don't see it all the time here. 4-1-3-2. But they're not playing a pure 4 in the back. They have one defender going forward a little bit more. They have that defensive midfielder as well, Magnetti, ready to come back and drop into that spot as well. There's Douglas Luiz there. We got a glimpse of him on the bench. Probably, I hope to see a bit of him today. Landing and turning just a few nights ago. Still a lot to hash out in this incomplete Juve squad. And there's a little bit, it's like purple and pink. It almost looks like the purple and pink they used on the English flag for the national team kit there on the back of the neck, but just around the collar. It's just like, there's too many colors. Vlahovic, though, collects it, passes it, cut out, and that is going to counter on that. Just the passing seems to be going nowhere. Not really focused in, but nice steal by Fagioli. Loca, way from downtown. Oh, forces the keeper to get the fingers on it and pushes it up over the bar. That's a good attempt by Weah. Long range. That's a bit of what he can do when he plays further up the pitch. Give him a little bit of space, and there's the launch. Pretty sure the keeper got some fingers on. Or was it even a deflection as well from the defender? Regardless, out for a corner. Love to see it. Elder J hopes the local will improve and stay at the club for a long time. Yeah, we want everyone to improve. I mean, Loca, we'll see. Under new management, here's the curl in. Vlahovic, he goes far post and pushes it too far out of bounds. Decent attempt. Just didn't get the right shape on his body. Again, I think perhaps getting too cute, just like the penalty last week where he's just trying to tuck it. I have a feeling he was trying to get a little tucky on that one in that same corner. Just put it on net. Just get it in. I don't know. Like to see a bit better finishing from Vlahovic. That is the theme. I'm sure when Dash and Dave get in, they're going to have words to say. Free kick, though, for Stade Brest. Even so, Juve is still looking the better team. %52% of the possession. So Brest trying to go over the top again. Not working out. They recollect. So they're here to play a bit of the long game. Oh, that pass way is on it to Loca. Third arm. Cabal. Going the wrong way, guys. And that's another bad pass to Bangula, and he just can't get to that in time. Cambiaso just pushes it out of play. So positive forward movements, but just not crisp on the passing. Don't want to be too hard on them. We have a mixed bench, mixed starting 11 here. Some of the chemistry not quite locked in, but it is a theme. We saw this a lot last year. Things to improve on. We don't want to see the sloppiness come the regular season here. And there he is on cue, Jesus Bumhovic. And then again with Mishovic, Dash is here. He's listening to it on his phone. Speaking of phone, 111 minutes, Canada, Germany. 0-0 still. Quarterfinals in the Olympics. Cambiasso with it. Nice little pass up to Locatelli. Forward movement now. Bangula. No, doesn't cross. Passes it back in. Thuram now at the top into Vlahovic. He holds off the first man. Shoots. Deflection and save. Bit of ping pong there. Just kind of deflecting mostly into the keeper's hands. Easy enough, but good by Vlahovic, at least holding up that initial man, getting the shot off. That is better. How much did Juve pay for Cabal? It wasn't was it 12 million? Let me get the numbers because I'm not 100% off the top of my head. Hopefully transfer market is updated as well. Oh, come on. 3.5 plus 12.8. Yeah, 15. It's like 12.8 plus bonus. 12 to 15. That's one of those players you don't know if they are going to hit their bonus. They never tell you what the bonuses are either. I don't know if they're hard, easy, somewhere in between. There's just a certain amount of appearances. And those appearances could be like 5 or something, right? Yeah, Sal coming in. He is our numbers guy, 12. Thuram having to bring it back all the way to Di Gregorio, drops it off, and he kicks it out of bounds. That's Brest pressure. A lot of pressure on those breasts. The joke was going to come out. I don't know. It's hard not to joke about that. I'll get a couple more in before the end of the day. Dash might even too. Mr. Dad joke. But Brest now controlling the ball. Chipping away back at the possession stats. And looking good for the last little bit. Juve can't really control, but they do not come away with it. Thuram working. He's busy. Not quite clinical. Making it difficult, at least for the midfielders in that zone, but they're just having troubles getting away with the balls right now. Restarted play. Weah is looking the best of the front three. Not going to lie. Most dynamic. They all have a lot to prove, but the faith has been instilled in Weah. They could have got rid of him. Brestovic. Oh, boy. Save it, Dash. Save it for when you're home. 3:30, eh? Yeah, probably about another hour or so out, I imagine. Quick little check here. 115 minutes. 5 to go. That one might go to penalties. Imagine that, though, eh? Going to penalties. But we'll see. That ball over the top caught out by Cambiasso, and then he's stripped of it. And there's a foul, and that's going to be a free kick for Brest at the top of the box. Okay, so there's this thing in design, right, where you don't want to use more than 3 colors. And if you use more than 3 colors, it has to be done very tactfully and in very specific use case scenarios, right? But I think there's 5 on this kit. They went with 5. I understand the purple and fuchsia, if you want to call it, Not the pink, the bright pink that's down the side, but the ones up in the collar. Yeah, it gets just small colors on the collar. But it's just too much. Because the other colors they're using are all very white and wash out. It's just a travesty. I don't know what to say. Absolute travesty. The more I see this kit, the more I hate it, because the more on the design philosophy I see there is just no philosophy to it. Unless the design philosophy is to look like a kindergarten paint playpen. It's half hour down. Weah's effort, the only real thing to write home about so far. No other attempts really got our juices flowing this afternoon. But LJJ, he's feeling that Loca goal. I have a feeling Loca doesn't play the second half. But he does also think Fajoli and Cambiasso are really good. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Cambiasso. He's definitely turning out to be quite the grinder, blue-collar workhorse. And sloppy foul there. Another free kick given away in a dangerous spot. Yeah, that's just Locatelli sliding in, pushing him over low. I don't know if it was a bit of a slip. No, he had his arms out. Steps up to the ball. And it's cleared out. A bit farther out than I thought initially the foul will happen, so not super dangerous. Just a scoop into the box there. Stade Brest still with all this possession. They now have 53% of the possession, so have swung that the other way completely now. So Juve starting off well and just off the gas pedal right now. Locatelli pressured down really low. Lays it off to Cambiasso, though. He's got space to walk into. He's going to switch it long into the other side. Doesn't quite make it. 50-50, and Brest do walk away with it. Good vision. There just wasn't quite. That was a long, long ball, and he just didn't quite have enough on it. Ambitious. Didn't work out, though. So we're in the final minute of extra time here in the Canada-Germany game. I need more screens. I might get a third screen. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I'll figure it out. but I need more screen. Brest very methodical when they are on the ball. I think they prefer to play the counterattack, and when they do have the ball, they're just going to kind of keep it, look for this long ball outlet. That part of it hasn't worked at all, really, for them. I don't know if this is their standard operating procedures here, or if the midfield is just locked down with Fajoli, Thardam, and Locatelli. They don't have the creativity to get through it. But yeah, the Canada-Germany game. Let's go to penalty kicks. They're saying midfield is disturbingly poor at the moment. Very lackluster. From both teams, though. That's kind of what I'm picking up. That switch of play, too, just cut off. That was good. Bangula on the left. Couldn't make it. So, all right, I guess this is what I'm seeing is physically, the midfield is kind of there. They're doing enough to slow down anything that Brest is doing, but they're not very clean in their tackles or their passes or anything. Once they kind of get the ball away from Brest, they don't really know what they're doing with it. So on one hand, they're kind of doing enough in a sense, but enough isn't good enough. Dash saying we're forcing play through the wings. You're saying we're forcing them to play through the wings, or we're forcing our play through the wings? Because, yeah, we're trying to rely on Weah and Bangula. We tried earlier on to get up to Vlahovic, but the central route hasn't worked out either. Again, because that midfield isn't really connecting. Cambiasso with it. Locatelli. And they are switching up positions as well a little bit. It's good fluid movement in that sense positionally. Communicating on the pitch. There's positive signs out there. It's not a complete dumpster fire at the moment, right? So not to sound like I'm completely harping on them. There's little sparks, little things that we can improve on. But most of all, yes, this midfield has to lock in some passing. Everything's really just slowed down. Juve, I don't know what to say. Brest has played at this pace the whole match, but Juve has now and this is the thing too. Is this not what we complained about last year too? Is it that we kind of match our opponent in terms of intensity? Okay, saying us, yeah. We are forcing. Everything's forced as well. Now that one's through the center over the top. We still have it, but it didn't make it to its destination. Weah left side. He switched on the left side, tries to get one off, and bounces back for Gatti. He's overcommitting, but Thuram now with the ball and going out wide. Sorry, I'm running. Oh, you guys ever do that? You run over your headphone cord? Excuse me as I unscrew myself here. Cambiasso back out right. So Bangula is on the right. They have swapped these two out. Crossing in, headed out. Positive again, though. Dumped back in. Weah, get on that. It wasn't quick enough to react. Cabal stepping up. Sloppy pass by Brest now that's picked up by Fajoli. And there's a whistle on play. No, there isn't. It just looked like there is. Everyone stopped. That's the thing. Everyone just stopped. That's the feeling we're getting today. They're not here to play. I honestly thought there was a whistle because everyone just both teams just stopped everything. And okay, my stream is back. A little hiccup there. Sorry, guys. Hope your stream went well. Didn't lose anything there. Gatti back to Di Gregorio. And just looking at the numbers right now, Cambiasso is the only one looking real positive. Possession back to 50%, so they're trading blows in that regard. See, Weah currently, he's getting a 6.7, but he has been one of the brighter spots out there. Cambiasso is currently on a 7. Everyone else load them in 6s, both teams. All right. The penalty kicks have started here in the Women's Olympics, sorry. Gatti tripped up. Weah picks up the ball, though. But they do whistle that one back now. Ooh, and Canadian goalkeeper gets a hand on it, but can't save it. Yeah. Are they calling Gatti? He did just kind of bunch his guy over, then he gets tripped up. Probably in retaliation, but it is Juve's ball here. They switch out again, and it doesn't make to Bangula on the right side. The balls are lofting too much. They got to go a little bit lower and harder to make it to their man. A little more oomph up there. Di Gregorio stepping up, playing the ball. Quickly getting the ball back into play. Cabal with it. Vlahovic can't lose his man. And Canada scores their first goal kick. Ball lazily back up to the defensive line for Juve. And Brest looks like they are done for the half, honestly. 3 minutes to go. They're not quite up to match fitness either, it seems, at this point. Another couple of weeks for them as well. Cambiasso wins a throw. And Germany scores their second goal kick. Cambiasso on again. The work rate on this kid, I love it. Good pass up for Jolie. He walks away into a bit of space, gets it to Weah, but tripped up a little bit, and he's double teamed. Ball's out. And who did it go off last? It is a Juve throw. And Germany saves the second Canadian goal kick, so advantage Germany. Well, that's not a good luck for my girls. That wasn't good, very good penalty either. In any case, Savona back to Gatti. See if they make a final push. Like to see some action here before we see the lineups change up for the second half. Cabal. Oh, and Germany misses now. And Canada has a chance to gain parity. Gatti stepping up. This is what we love from him. Brings it up to Bangula on the right side. He's still stepping forward. He's in the box, crosses in. Locatelli can't quite get to it. And he braced off the defender, so the ball goes the other direction for a free kick. Maybe. I don't know. I'd like to see a different angle. But the ref does call that back on Locatelli. Final minute. Brest just keeping in their back line now. Just going to waste that time off. They're happy closing this half up. This rainy and moist evening in Pescara. Never been to that part of the country, but I do hear it's beautiful. And the German goalkeeper stops another one. So still advantage Germany. And now here's Brest up on the attack. And a wild shot. Wow. Field goal. Don't even know if that would have made the uprights. So Canada now in the penalty kicks, not looking very clinical either. That has been the story of the night for both teams. Chances everywhere. No clinicians. Yeah, see, I always have an issue with this, right? Like 44 minutes and 57 seconds, you call the whistle. It just... And Germany scores there, so Canada's on the brink now. Dash is just saying US. Yeah, I get it. You're to the semis. You get to play Germany or Canada here. You want a good old class like Canada, US, right? And the North American special. But guys, that is halftime. A bit to be desired. A lot to be desired still. Now I'm just trying to think to myself, was it better so far than last week? Because last week, it was similar, right? The first half, we didn't look horrible. So same. LJJ saying go Canada. We gotta get this kick in right now. That's for sure. So let's see if we can keep it alive. LJJ says they're gonna make some espresso. See you later. Yeah, it's actually not a bad idea. Halftime espresso break, and it does sneak in. The German keeper almost did save that again. Whew. Okay, so let's get the FOT Mob up, and we'll talk about the lackluster numbers. Where are you, FOT Mob? Yeah, just give me a quick sec and I'll get it up on the screen, and here we go. So as I was kind of alluding to before, numbers not so great. Bit of a switch around. Combi also actually dropped off there a little bit. Cabal and Gatti getting 7.1s. Central defenders doing their job. Keep me saying, hey Dave, I thought I had the stream muted. So that going back to the joke from the last one. And Germany just finished it off. So I guess I can stop watching women's soccer now off on the side and actually completely focusing on this preseason excitement. JC coming in. What's going on, bud? Our first third looks fine. The rest is mid. That's fair. And there's a couple slip-ups there even. Some bad passing. That was coming from our midfielder. So, yeah. Savona. Okay, let's talk about Savona. That's it. We're done. Okay. Barely noticed he was there, other than when the ball kind of came into his corner and he had to pick it up. He would just kick it off, move along. Very lackluster from, was he 18? Oh, he's 21. He's that old. Sometimes you see these youth products from the next gen and you think they're maybe a bit younger. 21-year-old right back. Lots to be desired. Gatti, Cabal, they did their job. They did what they had to. I really like Gatti, to be perfectly honest. Jeff here saying Gatti was solid. And Frank yelling and Gattinho. Yeah, because he's the Gatti fanboy club over there. But no, he did good. He stepped up. He was positive, but didn't overcommit in opportune times. He didn't get caught out. So that was good. Okay, they just showed the way a shot again. Definite fingers on by the goalkeeper there. That, I'm pretty sure, if left unabated, was going in the net. So yeah, really, really good shot there from Weah. Loved it. That was the highlight of those 45 minutes. Or should I say 44 minutes and 57 seconds. Okay, Gatti was solid. Must not have eaten his Wheaties. Who's that? Which one? Jeff, first half was stale. Doosan needs to finish to be ball like a Mortal Kombat game. I don't know. Mortal Kombat? What? Oh, like a finisher. Like finish him. I know what you're saying. Gotcha. What is Mata's game plan? That's a good question. I'm not going to lie. It looks like we don't really know what his game plan is. I'm going to blame it more so on the midfield. Yes, we could have got a couple goals. Was it really the offense's fault why we looked bad? It's just the offense's fault why we didn't score, sure. But really, It's that midfield link up that we need to worry about. It's what we've been ragging on for so long, and we continue to. The passing stats are horrible. Let's look at them. Passes. Where are we? I scrolled on too much, didn't I? Accurate pass. There we go. Right at the top, of course. So we're at 217 at 85%. Not great. They're at 221, 89%. So slightly better. I mean, not horrible, but it's where we're giving the passes away. And we've given a few away down low in dangerous spots, in areas where they can kind of come counterattack. Luckily, if you want to talk about finishing, Stade don't have it either. They got nothing. They look pretty bad as well. I think it's fair to say both teams have looked bad. But Brest, I mean, being the smaller team here, that's the best way of putting it, because they haven't been very positive either. They've played very negatively a lot of the match, and they have a lot of useless passing. So what I'm trying to ask is what's worse, having a bunch of useless passing but having better numbers, or trying to force the pass up front, but your passing is so shit that your numbers aren't great. It's bad. It's a bad half, both teams. I hate saying it, but that's the truth. I would love to see what we have going in. So let's look at who's on the bench. I think that's more important, because we are going to see changes. So Farda, he didn't even come on last game. Danilo, I think we'll see. Bremer. All the Brazilians are back, right? So Danilo, Bremer, Ruhi, Barbieri, Luiz, Sekulov, Adzic, and Yildiz. The bench actually does not look that great with all of the players cut out of this team right now. Not gonna lie, because at least you'll see all like Rugani, DeCilio. You're like, oh yeah, maybe even Chiesa. Let's throw him in there, right? And you're like, oh yeah, not so bad, right? Not so bad. We need to keep on working this transfer market, my lord. Going back to what's Mata's game plan, I did kind of veer off away from that. So yeah, because I was ragging on the midfield. I'm pretty sure he wanted to work up with that double pivot, work the midfield, get it up to Fajoli, who can then feed either into Vlahovic. We saw that a bit, or feed to the wings. We took Vlahovic out of the game. He was a non-factor after maybe the first 20 minutes. But that's because the team took him out of the game. Like, nothing was going up that way. So just no midfield control. So I think that's what he wanted to do. He's playing Fajoli up top. I think that's a bit of a test. That he's not used to playing there whatsoever. We did hear Mott did want to try him up there. Hasn't worked out so far this first 45. That being said, Yildiz should be slotting in there. And then Douglas Luiz in for Locatelli. I mean, Cabala and Gatti are both doing well. Danilo will probably see some time in any case, and Bremer. They'll probably just swap them out for the sake of swapping them out. Barbieri, from what we understand, isn't really part of the project either. Does he make any appearance? Sekulov, probably. Ajic, for sure. So I think you're going to see these three. Sekulov, Ajic, Yildiz, and the three Brazilians, of course, Danilo, Bremer, and Douglas Luiz. So that'd be 6 changes. Probably a keeper change as well. Yeah, I don't know if we see Rui or Farda at all. That's what I'm calling. Unlimited substitutions, as long as your bench is, right? Preseason, no restrictions on the number of subs. And Jeff, of course, hit the like button, like, subscribe, all that jazz. Do it all. Do it all. Bringing it back, Frankie. Thank you. I totally forgot about this. The BBR. The BBR from Timmy Weah. That's right. That's what we call those rockets. Kanan or Raheem saying this was a good half if you ignore the execution and fitness side and look at the ideas. I feel, though, that the idea wasn't realized, though, because the midfield shot the bed so hard. We saw a little bit of it right from the beginning, and it did look good, but it completely dropped off. Now, let's look at the transfer market. Let's look at the lineup, right? So, if we're slotting in a starting lineup, so you're going to have Danilo and Bremer up there. Gatti might stay in for Danilo or move to the right. So, yeah, it'd probably be Cambiaso, Danilo, Bremer, Gatti. Switch Danilo, Gatti, interchange them, what have you. Di Gregorio, obviously, in net. Then you'd be looking at Thuram, Douglas Luiz, and probably Coop Miners. If it all works out. Then probably keep away. Away looked all right. And then who's our left wing? Is it Galeno? Is it Conceição? Is it why am I forgetting now from Fiorentina? The list goes on. And the Fiorentina, that's to back up Vlahovic anyways, right? So the attack is really what we're concerned about. You're going to see Yildiz, obviously. Maybe Yildiz in a way to play Yildiz at the left. Or does Yildiz, is he going to be the backup for Coop? There's so many questions. This can really work in any way, and it depends if we actually do get them. I should mention Todibo. Because you have Bremer, Todibo, and then Danilo as a right back. Kenan going on to say the midfield is a classic preseason experiment. To be fair, Thuram has never been the deepest receiver in the midfield, and Fajoli hasn't played 10 years, but the ideas are good. Yeah, and that's part of the problem is that these midfielders are out of position as well. So it makes me question, what's the idea? What are we trying to accomplish? Fajoli, I do understand, because he has publicly stated he wants to play him up top. At least try him out. Funny enough, our best moments in possession or when Locatelli moved to the left, number 8. And that should be noted too. I mean, even threw me off when Weah and Bangula at swap sides as well, because it's just all of a sudden we have a switch of play, what's going on? A lot of different ideas, and that's where I question, right? If you just look at the ideas, there was just multiple ideas. I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. What is the idea? That goes back to what KB saying, what is Mata's game plan? There's still a big question mark. I get it. We're testing things out. That's likely what a lot of this is just testing out those ideas. And most of them, to be fair, have not worked. Bro has backup. That name has come up. It could be Bro has a backup. Absolutely. A lot of it depends, too, on how much money's left over. Coop is looking like we're closing into that 55 mil range right now. We initially offered 45. Even if we settled at 50, that would have given us 5 more mil to work something. Yeah, these depth pieces after Coop, after Todibo, it's all looking like it's gonna be more budget, bargain basement. You're going in when the grocery store slashes all their meat to half off because they need to get rid of it. It's that kind of idea. I'm a little concerned in that front in terms of what kind of winger or attacker we get in there, and possibly. So we're told 4 names. That's 2 attackers, a midfielder, and a defender. Still 4 names, and we're August 3rd. There's still time. This is the deciding week. Let's be honest, because our last. And that is the preseason match that really does matter against Atleti, because it's an actual top tier team. It's a week before the season starts. It matters. Anguilla seems promising. He does actually. Yeah, we'll talk about him. How's it going, Dave?
Hey everybody, how are you all?
Oh,
How
pretty
many
good.
Brest jokes have I missed?
Just one. I'm trying to,
Only
not
one.
go I'm not going too hard into it.
Oh well, leave it to Dash.
Although breasts typically make me hard.
Oh hell yeah.
Kenan saying what I mean by ideas isn't where the players were, more so how they're interacting, moving to create space, and the press is really good. Just fitness lacking, great man-to-man work, discipline. Yeah, the physicality. Talk about man-to-man work was better.
Oh my god, I hate this jersey so much.
I know, right? As long as it's not.
I hate everything about it. The problem is the promo shots that they did, they kind of like helped over the flaws of the jersey, because on the promo shots it looked like, you know, there was the idea of actual stripes, but having them in different patterns and whatever. But dude, like this on I don't know, man. It's horrible. Mamma mia.
LJJ likes it. There's always one guy, and I mentioned it too. There's always one guy that likes it when everyone else doesn't, which is fine. But we're still gonna probably sit here.
Hey, Jeff hit it on the head.
Lemon.
Yep, 100%. And do you what doesn't make sense at all? You have the blue Adidas stripes, you have the yellow, you have the mix of yellow and white or whatever, you have the pink. Why the hell is the writing black on the back?
Oh, and that's okay. So that's the 6th color, because the collar has 2 different shades of like pink, purple.
Yes.
And I was going on here. You're not supposed to use more than 3 colors. But
sorry,
we are
I think I cut out.
Yeah, you did. You're German ass.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. No, my problem is I think the writing on the back of the jersey is black, and that is an additional color that.
Yeah, you have the pink, the white, the yellow. Then you have the purple fuchsia on the collar, and the black writing. It just
doesn't look good, man. It's
all over the place.
Much. It's too much. It's way too much.
Like, it just goes against all the basic design principles.
Yeah.
So you didn't miss a whole lot. I don't know. Did you catch any of it?
Oh no, I didn't watch the game. I listened to your beautiful voice for the first half, and I got home and immediately got up into my hobby room. So yeah, let's see how they will do.
Your hobby room, is there like Warhammer, like 40K going on in
there? Oh no, this is just hobby room is the wrong term. It's more for my working space, basically.
Yeah. No, I didn't know if you were like a secret Warhammer nerd or like Stargate.
Oh no.
Got all your figurines in the back and you just can't see them.
Not that, but I will change things up a little bit in the coming weeks, and it will look gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Jeff's saying this type of jersey, I see 5-year-old sell lemonade.
This is one of those jerseys that will land in a random Adidas outlet store in about a year, and you can get it for 30 to 40 euro.
That's probably as much as it's worth, to be honest. I'm not buying it.
No. I'm already said that I spent 150 euros on the home shirt, but that at least looks beautiful.
So I do know where I can the local Toronto Italians is the name of the store. I can get the crest, the Scudetto.
That's
a badge store. Yeah, I can't do it.
Hey, that's perfect.
Yeah,
but in Germany there is an actual like uproar with the Juventus fans. I talked to some in the stadium when I was there. I forgot to mention that, because they bought it straight from Adidas or ordered it from Adidas, and they were appalled that the Adidas one didn't have the what is it called? Yeah, the patch on it.
So LJJ asking, who did Yildiz replace? Is it
Didn't
Fajoli?
he come from Bangula?
Or is it Bangula? So FOTMob for these off-season, preseason games, they don't do a very good job of updating things. So I don't have the official call. But yeah.
Oh no, they're not good. They got the starting lineup wrong for me as well. Oh hell no.
There's Brest now crossing in. That was dangerous, but perhaps they're just another one. Because Thuram didn't really clear it out, and that cross went back in, cleared off the line by Gatti. The big slide in. So Brest coming in a lot harder the second half already.
Oh my god, and the pants and the yellow from the shirt have different shades as well. Oh my god, that's not even the same yellow. Oh my god, it's even worse. Oh my god.
Do we count that as a different color?
Dude, every time I look at it, it looks worse. Oh my god, and those yellow undershirt from Vlahovic as well, different. Oh my god, everything is bad about it.
Yeah. I'm sure the children, like, this is something you would get at Toys R Us.
Dude, that is something like you mentioned already, man. A kid goes into Juventus store and wants a jersey, and the parents say, "Are you sure you want the yellow one?" "Yes, I want the yellow one." All right. That's one of those. That's not a jersey. Yeah.
Now, is this worse than the pumpkin one of a few years ago?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. The pumpkin one at least like had cohesive colors.
It sort of made sense. I have no idea what it was making.
Even those mixed light blue oh my god.
Cabal gives that ball away, and I don't know how that didn't go in the back of the net.
Is that Perino in the lineup?
And there's Brest.
Nice
little slide pass down the center, and he shoves it up top. They never recovered from that giveaway. Brest keeps the pressure on, and a nice little pass, and really no miss.
That bald head, is that Ludovic Ajorc? Do you know that by any chance? Because he played in the Bundesliga, and I watched him.
Oh yeah, no, I don't.
Think it's him.
Don't know much about these guys, to be perfectly honest. Who did you say it was?
Ludovic Ajorc, I believe.
Ajorc. Oh, is that how you pronounce it? I was saying Ajorc.
I think it's Ajorc, so pronounced French, I believe.
Yeah, French name. It's a good finish too. Yeah. So similar to last week's,
similar to last week's.
Damn.
If we now get the penalty and Broccoli hair misses, then it's impressive how.
But it's not broccoli hair, right? It's just douchey hair. It's changed.
Oh, I don't know. It's both. It's
looks like
broccoli and it's douchey.
Douchey broccoli hair. Well, it'd be nice to see a goal.
But Dave, will we have you up for SummerSlam or WWE later?
I'm not sure. My wife is leaving. Excuse me, for a few days, so
I got you.
I don't know. I probably have to spend, after being a few hours here with you. We'll see. I won't make any promises. But here is not an attack. Was that offside?
I think it was. But yeah, everybody, join at the Discord. We will do a watch party of WWE SummerSlam.
Yeah, that was an offside pass. Fair bit too. There's Yildiz. That's his first contribution to the game. So let's see if Brest now, because they didn't look like they cared a whole lot, to be honest. Let's see if they continue to care after going up 1-0. That was a very carefree pass as it goes out. Quick throw in. Ball brings to Savona. Gatti.
By the way, I like Savona a lot. He has proved the right side was never the problem in none of the preseason games so far, and he had it done pretty good. When Barbieri when Barbieri played with Giallo, the right side was like Swiss cheese. But Savona holds it down really well, and also him and Gatti look like they have pretty good chemistry, because at Nuremberg as well, it was Savona and Gatti on the right side for the second half.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't been too involved today. He's just kind of done his job when the balls come his way.
Yeah, I think the tactical thing that Motta wants from him is to stay back, kind of shore up the right side and attack over the left one. And Weah looks like, from what you commented on earlier, Weah sounded like he played pretty good as well again.
Yeah, he slowed down as well towards the end, but when the team was firing, he was definitely leading the charge.
Yep.
Another lazy pass by Brest.
And also this time they played more than 45 minutes. He didn't sub out the whole team, so I think he has a basic idea already of who he wants to try, how and where.
Yeah, he started to get those ideas. Waiting to see Douglas Luiz. That's going to be the big name. Oh, probably the biggest name so far.
And yesterday, rumors surfaced that Manchester United, because Lenny Yoro got injured, their new 55 million or 60 million defender, got hurt, and he will miss about 3 months. And Manu is looking, reportedly, to sign Bremer, like already this summer. But
well, we'll see. I mean, yeah, like they can.
Yeah, it's Premier League sources, so I'm not sure. Of course, take everything with a grain of salt that has to do with Mercato. But yeah, and the rumor says that Liverpool is interested in him as well, and those two will be battling it out for him.
That's at least 60 mil.
Yeah, most so 65, because the report says he has the release clause of 70 next summer. So Juventus will not consider selling him underneath that one.
Yeah, I mean, who do you get, right? Like, who is that replacement?
I don't know. Do you think that is it Todibo and Danilo for now, or do you have to go into the market again?
Oh, is that not a foul?
That is a penalty. Yeah, he's pointing.
Wow, yep. Okay, so that was a cross straight to.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Flashback! Oh my god! Do you remember what? Do you remember what?
Don't worry about last week. Don't worry about
last week. But do you remember how I told you, if we get the penalty now? Oh my god! Oh my god! That's a deja vu.
So that was blatant. Cross into the box. Locatelli's there. Just taking him from behind right through the ankles.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That could. I mean, technically, if the guy wanted to be a stickler, he could throw a red up if he wanted to on it. I'd say it would be harsh, but it's that kind of aggressive tackle. Like even a yellow, I'm surprised there's actually not even a yellow.
Who will shoot the penalty?
They're discussing, arguing. They're being very Italian with this conversation about it, anyways.
That looked very Italian.
Okay.
Oh my god! Oh my god! It's him.
Run up. He stutters and he puts it in.
Oh my god! Oh.
That stutter had me so worried too. And I was like, no,
oh my god.
No, make me. Don't make me do it.
Oh my god.
So it is 1-1. We get the penalty in this time. Vlahovic does not relive the nightmare.
Oh my god.
Thankfully, none of us have to relive that nightmare.
He did it.
Now, in terms of Todibo, he wasn't called up in his preseason match. So, yeah, he's looking closer and closer. But that being said, you can't throw in Todibo as a replacement because he's a bit of an unknown with our squad. Yeah. Right? Bremer's got that leadership going on.
No, I agree. You have to go. I think as well, if that happens, you have to go in the market again. But at this point and already into August, who will you find that can be your immediate, like, bang on starting defender? I don't know.
Might be on the market again. You see that article that was posted there?
Oh yeah. There's also lots of reports in Germany, like Bayern need and have to sell him because of their wage bill. Bayern has a lot of problems financially, like not in terms of actually being able to spend money, but their wage bill is so large they have to get rid of players.
Nice switch over to Weah. He's left alone up there.
That was nice.
He's trying to cut through, going deep, crosses in, and launches it across
a bit too high, but
side,
I like his movements again. Dude, Weah will do great this season. Weah will be very, very good.
He does have to lock in those crosses a little better, but yes, here is Douglas Luiz.
All the Brazilians.
Bremer. The Brazilians, just all of them. The Brazilians are here.
Yeah, man, if they get Alexandro from wherever he is now.
Oh boy. Yeah, he has moved on. I mean, speaking of wage bill, we've done a fair bit. There was even talks again this past week with Vlahovic renegotiating.
Dude, if he does, I don't mind it, man. Right now he's too expensive, but we knew that. But for what he earns, he has to perform. So I don't mind if he signs for or extends for a little bit less.
If he signs for like actually 12 million, not just net 12 million.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we will never get down to that. But if we can somehow get to 10 net or whatever, that's already helpful. Like he said, yeah, that's crazy what he's earning right now.
Oh, he is crossing like he's playing for USA. Yeah, he just needs to tighten it up. That's it. But the movement is good. I'm liking what I see from him. There was some more news that came in too. I don't know of anything good. The last hours, Juve have increased the pressing on Nico Gonzalez. Fiorentina should mainly get Goodmanson and is open to the sale, but only if offered at least 30 mil.
I don't mind him, but for that money, dude, get Goodmanson instead of letting him go to Fiorentina and then get a different winger.
So this is what I think it is, because Atalanta want Gonzalez. I think we're cock blocking is what's going on. But I did hear if we throw in McKennie, it'll be 20 million. We'll see.
Hey, maybe that means Goodmanson is free. If we throw McKennie into the deal.
Who knows? Like I can see that one being a interesting, like with the amount of players that are moving.
By the way, I have no idea at all what McKennie wants.
Nobody knows what McKennie wants, other than a cheeseburger, some fried chicken. So Weah is coming off now. So is Fajoli, and was it Savona I saw stepping off?
Yeah. So will Weah play right back now? Who is right back? No, Gatti. Gatti will play right back.
Or is he coming off? No, Gatti just came off.
Gatti came off? So, then it's
Bremer, Cabal.
Yeah, Cabal. I forgot about Cabal. Cabal, Bremer, Danilo as the right back, and
Cambiaso on the left.
Cambiaso still on the left, yeah.
All right. Early touches by the Brazilian.
All right, then. This is kind of what our starting defense will look like. So
yeah, we're getting there. Getting closer to the final picture.
So this will be interesting now.
See if we can actually win a preseason match. It'd be nice. Over the top, is it too much? It is. Lopez playing advance. Have you noticed that? Even that penalty.
Yeah. And he looks even better. My problem in the first game was that he was sitting so far back.
Getting used to that new position, perhaps, because he is up there.
Let's see. Maybe after the Nuremberg game, Motta went to him and said, "Hey, brother, I told you play more up front." Either
Yeah.
you do that or I sell your bitch ass, and he did it.
So third am now looking like he's playing deeper with Douglas and Locatelli playing up top. So another different look on the midfield. Oh, a nice strong play there on the touchline.
Come on.
Run away with it. Douglas
Oh my
Luiz.
god.
Oh,
But have you seen how more free flowing immediately?
Yildiz, that gets stripped off him too now. But it's starting to pick up. They can't get a foot on it though. And here's Brest trying to break out. And Cabal is there, says no. Out for a throw.
Cabal also impressed me in right now. I didn't see a lot of him in this game, but the first game, Cabal impressed me really, really a lot.
It's not looking bad.
I think he's a bargain, man. Imagine for that money, we would have bought Parisi a year earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay with it, with this money, and we got a guy that is, yeah.
Well, we don't hear this whole Italian core nonsense anymore, right? So you won't hear the names anymore, like Parisi.
Hey, people still want the Italian names, but yeah. But
they're
not for that money. Sorry.
I mean, look at our national team right now, and that kind of tells you everything.
Yep.
I mean, you're not going to get Barella.
Oh, hell no.
Tony or
no.
Anybody that you might want off that team, you're probably not going to get. Maybe Fratesi. You could probably afford to buy Fratesi.
No, but
you know, should you? Should you?
I think Fratesi wouldn't be bad, but you can't deal with Inter.
Yeah,
but you can't deal with Inter.
But like for that money, again, you just go and get Goodmanson, for instance.
Yeah, exactly. If you think the other clubs pulled our pants down, like imagine what Marotta will do with us.
Mm-hmm. So I'm not upset that they've gone the other route. Even our potential star boy now is Turkish. So
yeah,
it's nice to see an Italian core. But at the same time, none of us are really Italian. Okay, I have Italian heritage, sure, but a lot of us here aren't even Italian. So
no, but look, it is an Italian team, and the core or a big part of the core will always be Italian. It is always that way. Even when you look towards the Premier League clubs that are buying from all over the world, their cores are still English. And in Germany, the cores are still German. And it will stay that way because the clubs are still like getting academy players into the system, and those players will last a long time in the local system. So it will forever stay that way.
I get that, but it's just like, for instance, we had Chiesa trying to be the centerpiece, and we tried to shoehorn him into that role.
Yeah. No, with that, you're right. You can't force somebody in.
Like we got Locatelli, Gregorio. Who are Italians? Like we're getting rid of Regani and Deschelio now too, right?
Fagioli, Miretti, Cambiaso is Italian.
Yeah, so you have 5, 6. Oh, that was messy. The defensive header was missed, and it went right through to the striker, who also missed. But then a lot of those players aren't necessarily starters either. So in terms of starters, you have Cambiaso, Di Gregorio, Fagioli.
Yep.
So 3 of your 11.
Yeah. Do you still count Locatelli to that core right now? Like he will not most likely not be a starter.
He's part of the depth core.
Yeah,
but I would say
he's still part of the main core, I think, as well. Yeah, and he's Italian.
I'm just thinking starting 11. You have 3 Italians on your starting 11.
Yeah,
and that's a reduction of years past because it's usually 4 or 5, right? We still have a lot of internationals, but it's more than 3 typically.
Yeah,
and a few years ago, it was probably even more so when you have Chiellini, Bonucci out back. Buffon.
You had Chiesa and Locatelli also on the, for example, the 2021 team. It had Chiellini, it had Bonucci, it had Mamma mia.
Oh, and there's
It had Chiellini,
another
it had Bonucci, it had Locatelli, it had Chiesa, like who was as well from Juventus in there. It was at least those four.
So yeah, Brest with another look. A little breakdown again. So that we still have those lapses, it seems. So that mental focus not quite there. Possession.
The mosquito in here, man.
Oh, you got the mosquitoes. I can't stand those little bastards. But possession, 46% currently. 6 to 5 shots, 3 to 2 on target. Big chances 2 to 1. So, I mean, one of those being a penalty shot, of course, but numbers, nothing spectacular. But we do have the ball now, Locatelli.
Yeah, so far, Thuram is the deepest midfielder.
Yeah, and Douglas is kind of sitting up with the attackers right now. So he's likely to be the one going forward a bit more. But let's see, way on the right. Picks it up. Goes back up the pitch, lays it to Locatelli. Thuram, Loca. Thuram again. They're just passing it back and forth, working the edge into Luiz.
That was nice finding him there centrally. Yeah,
Danilo's back there.
Again on the right side.
The passing right now, not bad, not super positive, but where it needs to be. Hitting its mark. Danilo bringing it back to Bremer. And he changes it to the left. Yildiz kicking.
Oh, nearly, but man, though, what a long ball by Bremer.
A bit better. Our long balls today have been lackluster, like very floaty and slow. So that one's a bit better, but still cut out. They have been, that's one tactic I've seen Juve do today, is they try to work one side a little bit, get them to collapse, and then try to go long ball. But here we are in the box. Dougie, does he take the shot? He does, and forces the save. That was better.
Yep.
That was definitely on target. Big save. Going up for a corner. And that's Douglas Luiz's first impression, and he takes this corner as well.
I'm telling you, he will get the Serie A midfielder of the season award at the end of the season.
Over Changalonglu and Barella.
I'm telling you right now.
Crosses in, headed on, and it's in! Douglas Luiz assisting to your captain.
What did I say?
There are your Brazilians, ladies and gentlemen. Luiz corner to the head of Danilo and in the back of the net.
Baby. Oh, man. Do you remember what we said about him and his set pieces? And everybody said, oh, you're overrating set pieces. Yes, and it's in a preseason game, but...
Juve is supposed to be known for having good set pieces. It's because they're supposed to be drilled, right? This is what a well-drilled team does. Get goals. Get goals on set plays. Take advantage of all of those situations. So like this again, man, just he comes in unmarked, and the airtime, the direction, Danilo just allows. Like he's just completely unmarked, but does what he needs to do. Oh, I see what. Yeah, he kind of did a bit of a hook in there. Love it. Slides in from the rear.
That was nice.
Is the blue on the Adidas stripes even a different color?
Yes, it's different. It's a different color to the crest. That's what. That's what.
Not one color matches.
It's crazy.
How is this allowed?
Even the socks are different yellow than the shorts and the yellow on the shirt, man. It's bad. It's legit bad. Man.
Okay, well, hopefully we don't have to see it too often this year. They just rely on the third kit more.
We will see it more than ever because we are in more games than ever.
Yeah, I suppose. I suppose, but hopefully they only use it when they have to use it. It's not just like, oh, we're just going to use it because we can today. No, only when you absolutely have to. Like if you're playing Nottingham and they have black and white stripes.
Costello might have a point. He thinks it's AI generated. Yeah, it looks like a Gardidas worker just said, yeah, ChatGPT, give me an away jersey for a football club. And
I don't think AI would screw it up that hard. I don't know. Crossed in for Brest, though. Yeah. And Danilo got the header on that one, too.
Yeah. No, I think you're right. It's definitely something that has to do with human error. I mean,
unless the command to the AI was like, make a jersey with the most amount of mismatched colors as possible.
Look for a color. Look for a color palette and use whatever you want. Man, it's bad.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll just do a segment on how bad it is.
Oh my god!
I'll walk into an Adidas store and do like a live take in the store of just trashing it.
I can go in there with the microphone and smartphone. All right, everybody, look at this. Oh my god, that's really bad. I know I'm repeating myself, but it's so bad. I can't even like find the right words.
And now, JJ, I know you said you like it, and I mean, you can
my god, that passing!
Way in space!
Oh my god, those passes!
That's offside. Are you seeing me?
Oh man!
Vlahovic's dick is offside.
But have you seen those passes, man? That opening pass from Luis. Look. Or was that on you?
Okay, so that was the offside pass there, the initial one.
But
not cross back. All right. Yeah, that's fair. It was close. That would have been Yildiz. But much better anyways. I'm starting to feel a little bit better with this. Like Douglas Luiz has made a huge difference.
Yep. In 10 minutes or 15 or whatever. Immediately came into the game, changed it.
But it also allows the other midfielders to do what they need to do.
Oh my god, what was that?
That was an offside. It was like Buddy's just allowed to walk. God. Oh man. Yeah, I would love to know the making of a kit. Does Adidas do anything like that? Oh, there's Weah dumped into space again. 1-on-0. He cuts back, doesn't take the shot. He's held up now. He should have been more lethal. Attack is still working here. There's a foul. And it goes the other way.
So I can tell you a bit with how Nike is doing it, because I have a bit of knowledge there from my Berlin club. So Nike has the jerseys almost ready a year in advance. I don't know how it's with Adidas, but I bet it's similar.
It's at least months in advance anyways.
Yeah. And so the ideas for the upcoming jerseys are getting made right now, basically. And most of the clubs, depending on what their contract is, have something to say or don't have anything to say at all with the designs. So my Berlin club, because it is a relatively small club, for example, has nothing to say with the jersey design. Nike sends them something. They know the color palette of the club, and they go with that one. They send it over, and then you have to work with that, basically. And yeah, it's a complete design by Nike themselves. Of course, the people in the design department have to be knowledgeable of the club and the club history, so that they stay within a certain theme. But yeah, for most of the clubs, the clubs don't have anything to decide. It is with a kit creator, which is Nike in that case. And I bet it's very similar to with Adidas and Puma as well, depending on who the club is. Now with Juventus, I bet they have something to say. Maybe Juventus said, "All right, we had these colors the last year, so make something yellow." For example, was maybe the point here that Juventus made, and this is what Adidas then came up with. And I don't know if there's already, if the agreement was already then in that case like fulfilled. Like you can't say that it's yellow and we will create whatever we want from that.
But it's like 50 shades of yellow.
Oh yeah. And 50 different shades of blue or purple or whatever it is.
Maybe I will do another design one, just like I did with the logo.
Oh yeah.
Just break it down with like color theory and how this doesn't make any sense. But nice little feat to Yildiz. Just dinked over the defender. He cuts in. He's held off. He can't get on it, but he's still fighting. Big slide in to cut the clearance out, and it makes it all the way to the halfway.
I'm excited to get Dash's opinion after the game. Like I bet he's watching it as well. But man, I'm excited to hear his feedback, because my opinion, Douglas Luiz like completely changed the game. Have you seen how much space all of a sudden is there in the midfield?
Well, this is what we get as well when you have role players.
Yeah.
And you can get guys to really work a specific facet of the team composition, right? To open up space for the other guys, allow them to play their game. That's what I'm seeing with him on the pitch right now. Because since the Brazilians have come on, Brest haven't looked great. They've kind of been on the back foot. And Juve definitely overloading the right side. They're trying to overload down low and then just play quickly.
Yeah.
And there's Dash's opinion. He likes some Brazilian barbecue because they're cooking.
And have you seen how quick he answered after I mentioned him?
Yeah, he's just waiting to hear his name.
Man, and I'm excited to see what the plan is with Thuram, because he's playing so deep. Like right now, Locatelli look how far at the front he is. Crazy.
Again, that little dink over the top doesn't work out that time, but it definitely keeping Brest on the back foot. And that's a foul. A little too aggressive in the midfield. Nine minutes, though. Second half has been a little bit more pleasing to the eyes. Quite a bit more, actually.
Oh yeah.
A lot to be desired, but here we go.
It is crazy, but how quick it went from being a pretty like normal game or normal preseason game between the two. Like none of them was actually like dangerous.
But here's a way looking dangerous.
Like both goals came from nowhere. The one from Brest was from nowhere, and ours was a penalty again. And that changed. Like we are dominating now. Like look at that passing, the control over the game.
Like he's calling out passes. He's communicating out there. He's being a little more crisp. He just never was a regista, and I know we've mentioned it, but we never had the opportunity to see him not as a regista. And that's that was one major flaw with Allegri's system, is that he relied heavily on that deep lying midfielder.
Yeah, we had nobody else for that position because the club didn't buy anybody.
And that's the problem, is that because he was so reliant on it. But here is Brest. They get a break. And it goes in.
It's in.
And it's an offside. No, that's in. That's in.
No, it's in. Yeah.
It's in. Yeah. I stopped by the lack of celebration that perhaps he knew it was off, but he just doesn't care.
Dude, chill it. The brother needs to chill. It's still a preseason game, and he's already like hitting the crest. Chill a bit.
Oh, that is a good run. Perfect timing.
Yep.
Cabal doesn't get his foot back in time, and then Neil will never make it there.
No. Caught out completely on that one.
Yeah. So it's 2-2. That lack of concentration, right? That little gap. Brest has been good. That their first goal was the same thing. That just second lapse of concentration, bam, exploited. I think they're still checking it. There's just delay. Or no, change.
Oh no, there's no VAR in preseason. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, no, but it's just a change. They just stopped. Ref, just the way the ref gestured, but Sekulov comes on, taking Wade's spot. He's a big boy. 84th minute. Let's see what he does. My mic is low. Is it because I'm like not completely talking into it? Is it better? I'm not in my normal position when I'm watching a game. I guess it could be position, but my mic hasn't changed levels in months. So,
and also I still want to know who's our striker after Vlahovic, the bench guy basically, because we don't have anyone right now. I don't know if
we technically still have
technically we still have him, but
and here's Brest again, and Danilo just manhandling. I think at this, that was a handball. I thought I saw that.
Yep.
I wonder if they're like just match fitness as well. I wonder if the guys that have been on most of the game, they're slowing down.
I think don't worry too much because it's the number one preseason, and also it's not a proper four-man backline because the left back is playing the left center back right now. Give it a bit of time.
Interesting to note, though, Sekulov taking the number 17, which was Kostic.
And was Ajic last week.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Still haven't seen him. Just a handful of minutes left of this one.
That's why everybody never get a jersey with numbers in preseason. Never.
Oh, absolutely not. Unless you know it's like Vlahovic is.
Yeah, Vlahovic will not go to the 49 or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even buy Douglas Luiz right now or one of those new guys.
Dash has made it in from work.
Am I in?
Oh, the top, Sekulov, deep, dumps it back in, and it's just chested back to the goalkeeper. But Sekulov getting a bit of action. That's always good as well. Oh, I think I know. Is Dash? There's Dash.
Yeah, Dash I'm on my phone.
Okay, screw it. We'll go back to this one. But we can still hear you, I think, can we?
Oh, you can still hear me?
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, I just want to make sure you can hear me.
Yeah, it's just the layout. I obviously made some adjustments, as you can tell.
No, yeah, it looks nice. I have no queries. It's better than seeing my head animation. But one of the things, so like some of the things here that I've seen that I'm a little bit concerned about is one is like the depth. I think the depth is a big concern that we have, because if you don't have Coop or Douglas Luiz, we're gonna be in trouble.
That sounded like a '94 Civic with the cherry bomb muffler driving past you.
No, it was a 2006 Ford Mustang.
Mm.
But because, like, for example, I look at how Douglas Luiz takes the ball, commands the ball, dumps the ball forward, and then I looked at Fajoli the first half, and I looked at Locatelli the first half, and it's just like those two to me are just not good on the ball facilitators from what I've seen this game. It's just the gap between Douglas Luiz and them is so huge.
Do you know
And
what I
so-
think the problem is, Dash? Just to go even a bit deeper into what you're saying, I think the problem is that Locatelli and Fagioli don't have the confidence of a Douglas Luiz to try his passes.
Absolutely.
I think they can actually make them work, but they don't have the confidence to try those cutting passes. Like Douglas Luiz came in and he dared to make those passes, and immediately, like, the danger that he created.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it was a 35-yard chip through ball over the center, and then you saw Weah starting to go towards it. And I'm just like, that's what you need. You need a pass like that to stretch center backs back to keep them honest in a sense. Because, like, for example, the first half, I'm just watching Allegri ball all over again. Send it out to the wings, hope the wingers do something out of it, and make a meal out of it. So it's just, I'm looking at it tactically, and I'm just like, this is the same exact thing that that we've seen the last 3 years. And then it's like, you put in Douglas Luiz and you put in Danilo and you put in Bremer, and it's almost like a totally different thing where it's like, these guys understand what you need to do, and all three of them are confident on the ball. Where, like, for me, it's just like Loca's not confident, Fajoli's not confident, and then Thuram, that's not the role I'm asking for Thuram to do, to facilitate the ball. Like, it was just one of those.
Thuram is there for cleanup.
Yeah, and this is where I find my frustrations a little bit, where it's like Fajoli and Locatelli are both, I don't want this. Here, take it, Cambiaso, or here, take it, Gatti, or here, take it, right back, or here, Cabal, take it. Like, that's where I'm just like, I'm looking at this and it's like, dude, that doesn't work. Like, I'm sorry. Like, that to me is just it's not a good look when you see that. And it's like Douglas Luiz says, hey, I'm taking this ball and I'm dinking it. And I can only imagine with Coop Myers as well, fingers crossed that deal goes through. I think this game and Douglas Luiz coming in shows you how important it is to have Coop Myers on this roster.
Yeah.
It because, like, for example, if you have Coop Myers, Thuram, and Luiz, the gap between those three and Locatelli and Fajoli is insurmountable at this point. Like, yeah, Locatelli's facilitating and moving the ball, but again, Loca, to me, does not have the cojones to make the plays that a Douglas Luiz can, or to make a play that a Coop Myers can. It's just, he's fine as a depth option, but it showed. Like, it completely showed, where it's just like one guy. And the irony of it is Douglas Luiz came back, maybe a week and a half worth of training, tops?
Yeah.
So it's like he comes in and then he's able to do this, where Locatelli's been here all summer. Same thing with Fajoli.
And don't forget a couple of seasons already with the team to build chemistry with the players, to know where they are on the pitch. Like, even if he plays a bit more up front, he still has to know his teammates, like kind of, and he didn't prove anything, unfortunately.
No, they didn't. It's like, for example, the only player that's kind of come out in preseason that's really kind of gotten me like, okay, there's something here, is Weah.
Weah, and I agree 100%. Weah is kind of in the McKennie situation last season, where we didn't expect a big jump, but McKennie did that jump and made himself like an important player for the team, and I think Weah has done just the same. I think Weah, Thuram more so in the first game, but those two are the bright spots. And of course, Douglas Luiz, like, in the last half an hour or 25 minutes that he played, like, incredible.
I mean, you look at his corners. His corners were better than Fajoli's, better than even Chiesa's corners. I mean, it's just that to me is that is what, like, for example, folks need to understand. That is what a full, complete midfielder looks like.
Yeah.
Like, that right there, what Douglas Luiz is the definition of a complete player from the midfield perspective.
Yeah.
From the defensive contribution to on the ball facilitation to the movement facilitation to the passing facilitation. Douglas Luiz has all of that, and the fact that we got him for the price that we did is an absolute steal. And
Dude.
and again, go ahead.
No, I just wanted to agree. I still can't believe that we have him in the Juventus jersey. I watched so much Aston Villa last season and knew about his magic. I didn't even think about a player like him because I never thought that we will still buy
get him
from the top shelf, basically, of world football. And he is from the top shelf of world football.
He is.
And it's crazy. And you saw it immediately, like how different. Like, he's actually different.
It's the first time I've seen an elite midfielder on this roster for almost, 7-8 years at this point?
Yeah.
Like this is like the first time in almost ages that I've seen that. Because it's just, again...
what was the last one? I think it was Pogba 1.0.
Yeah, Pogba in the 15-16 season.
Yeah, crazy.
That's the only time we've had a midfielder like that was the last, unless you want to argue and say Khedira and Pjanic the following season, the Champions League season, but
Khedira is more so a bit more like defensively the guy that cleans a bit up, but offensively, like Khedira, as much as I love him, he doesn't contribute offensively like Douglas Luiz does.
I'm excited if Koopmeiners does join the roster. If we're able to purchase Koopmeiners, I'm very, very excited on what potentially could happen.
And right now, I still don't know what to think. By the way, on Koopmeiners because of the different reports of the money, man.
If you are able to get it beneath the 60 million asking price, that means that that's a good sign. Because, like, for example, we've heard 60 since the beginning of the summer, right? Atalanta's asking price is 60 mil. The only time where I would start kind of being like, is if we go beyond the 60. If you're getting it for 50 mil, 51, 2, or 3, that's kind of a win because, one, you forced Atalanta to go below their asking price. I'm not saying that, we should go parade around the streets, like we've won something. I still think, right, like I think the sweet spot is 45 to 50. That's my personal opinion, where I could, because the issue with Koopmeiners is in the last, I believe, 2 to 3 seasons, he's got 30 goal contributions as a midfielder.
Yeah.
22 goals, 8 assists. That is really, really good. That is really, really good. So that's where it's just like I look at it and I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, you've got Douglas Luiz, who's a double player, right? A double-digit goal contributions player. You have Koopmeiners as well, double player. And then Thuram, I just need him to clean up loose balls, facilitate play to Dougie and to Coop. I'm happy. Same thing with Cabal in the fullback position, because I think for sure it's going to be Cabal, Bremer, Danilo, and then Cambiaso. I think that's what your back line is going to be. That's what I've seen so far. But when you have that there, I think that back line is fine. I think that midfield trio is going to be good. I like Yildiz and Weah as your wingers because they have different characteristics, and I think they complement each other well.
Yeah.
If you're able to purchase Galeno, I'm happy with that. I would be even more excited because then again, you have a proven facilitator. For me, I still have a concern on the 9. I still have a concern with Dusan.
100%. The question is, though, Dash. The question, though, Dash, what my problem or my question is with that, what would you do if you're the management? Will you get a striker that can challenge Vlahovic to have him fight for a spot, or to get like his juices flowing or whatever, or I don't know what Vlahovic needs to find consistency? Or are you looking for a rotational piece striker? Well, what would your plan be at this point?
Right now, at this point, with Milik essentially injured or out the door, you need someone that can press him for the starting role. Because if Dusan feels threatened, then okay, pack your bags, take a transfer, and go somewhere else, right? It's because my issue is like I still look at him now, and I still don't see any change in the way that he plays. Like, for example, the way that he took the penalty, yes, he was fortunate that the goalkeeper went the other way. He scored the penalty, right? That's part of the battle of scoring it. But I look at the run-up.
Position bad. It was like half-assed somewhere. It wasn't towards the bottom post or whatever.
No, it was off center a little bit. And then again, like, for example, if you're playing against, I'm not knocking the Brest goalkeeper, but again, if you're playing these higher end goalkeepers, that's a save. So for me, again, like a couple of facilitation of plays, the header that he missed in the first half, I still have that concern where it's just, for me, it's like, for the amount of money that he's in, and it's just like the facilitation, he needs to be able to be that big brute facilitator up top. And I think that's one of those things where I'm a little bit concerned, because you have Dougie, who is able to send these nice 40-yard screamers to you. If you aren't able to be physical and win that and facilitate the ball, dude, we have a problem. Like, we have a huge problem if he is not able to facilitate and do that kind of stuff. But for me right now, with the current, because I saw the links to Armando Broya again, which for me makes no sense, because Armando Broya makes no sense to purchase, because again, he's another Dusan. So it's like, he's not, in my opinion, Broya is not going to challenge Dusan for the starting role, and he's not going to offer anything different. Broya is essentially if Chiesa was a striker. That's what it is. Broya was so based off of speed, tore his ACL and injured his knee, and then that's pretty much it, done and dusted.
Honestly, so I think Raspadori would be perfect for that role, because he can facilitate, he can finish it if needed. Like, he is the perfect like middle ground that you would need to keep Vlahovic honest.
Yeah, and it's difficult. Like, for example, yes, on paper, Coop is worth 40 million, but the problem is how pivotal he can be to a side. Because Atalanta is not stupid. Because that is one thing about them, is they're not dumb. Because why would they sell one of their key pieces for 40 million?
Yeah, no, they know.
Because like the issue is if it's not us, especially because, like, for example, Manchester United overspent on Julian. So what makes Atalanta think they're going to reduce their price if they know that there's going to be teams out there that is going to drop that amount of money?
Yeah, but the problem is Manchester United is shouldn't be the bar for what is a correct purchase or not, because Manchester United is dumping money everywhere. For example, Liverpool bought Dominic Szoboszlai last year for 55 or 60, I believe. So he was cheaper than Mason Mount. They bought Alexis McAllister for a 30 million release clause, like a complete bargain, you know? Like, there are clubs out there that are doing like actual good work. Even Manchester City, although they paid a lot of money in the past, and now that they killed the system, they can pay a little bit less and keep their team good. But yeah, Manchester United is not the team that you should look at.
No, and that's a fact for sure. Go ahead, Canadian Dave, or Maple Dave is
Maple Dave. Yeah. So it is a call-in show, so the link is in there. I just Dash needed to get all his hatred out first. Clearly, it's all out. We did even announce that the game was finished, because Dash just like showed up and said, "Fuck life." We're going for it. So yes, the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's I'll transition to whoever hops in. I'll get off when they get on. So because I'm still not home yet, but I just wanted to kind of state the piece a little bit and just kind of talk about it a little bit, because the other thing too, I kind of wanted to touch on because, like, you know, I saw it last night. I posted on Discord about Chiesa not being called up. Guys, like, I saw comments where it's just like, oh, these guys need to give him a chance and yada yada. They are. It's called, they've allowed him to be fully participant in training, and he still hasn't been called up. So that tells you that, hey, you don't do what I need you to do. Like that's. Go ahead, Dave.
It's got to be mentality. I don't think it's pure technical choice. It's gotta be on the personality. And we have Sal. Let's go to Sal.
What's going on, boys?
Oh, you know, another Saturday
and
night.
And also before Sal comes in, just to add to Dash and Dave, Chiesa had 7 months to prove himself. He had from January to now to prove himself. Like, how much time do you need?
Yeah, well, it's just, again, because I keep seeing it where everyone's like, oh man, why don't they give him, guys, they're doing two-a-days, they're doing training, they're doing this, where it's like he's not being called up. And it's like, for example, if there was a team that was linked to him to like close the deal, like for example Todibo, right? Like Todibo is essentially on the verge of being done. Yeah, I understand him being sat for that, but nobody's looking for him, and they're allowing him to participate in full training. So like for example, if he's convinced people otherwise for it, like for example, if he had lights out training for the last week and a half or 2 weeks, he would have been called up. Trust me, he would have been called up.
All right, Sal, what do you got tonight?
We got SummerSlam tonight, but
SummerSlam.
Yeah, if we're just talking Juve, you know, I was just looking for an improvement from the Nuremberg game, and I saw that. It was finally nice to see, Luis on the pitch. I do think Thuram's going to wind up kind of being more of that, like, the destroyer kind of, midfielder. Guys, he's a beast, and he got a lot more minutes this game, so that's nice. It kind of shows to me that his fitness is accelerating. So not surprised either, because the guy's got an engine. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Di Gregorio, man, that footwork. It's really good.
He's a monster.
I told you last week, honestly, when he came out, when the goalkeepers warmed up, it was him, it was Dafara, it was Perrin, and Pinsolio. Those four were the first players to come out to the warm-up against Nuremberg. And dude, I was sitting there. The ball that he pinpointed at the other guy's foot, like crosses, like across all the field, and perfectly like placed. Oh my God, he is great, man. He is honestly great.
I think the one thing I think we're going to see about him, I think if people are going to compare him to Buffon, I think that's going to be misaligned or ill-informed. I think based off the trajectory that I've seen, I think De Gregorio is going to overtake. It might be a hot take, but will come close to overtaking Neuer at some point if he continues this trajectory.
He's the Manuel Neuer type. I'm not going too far as to say that he will be that historically great, but his playing style is like a copy of Manuel Neuer. Yeah.
Because there's a couple of times where he ran out the box to take challenges. Like he ran out the box to press, to win the ball back and facilitate play. So, and that's where I'm just kind of looking at it. I'm like, all right, Loca, take notes there, buddy. But it's totally a different, like, it's interesting because I've never seen us play with a goalkeeper with this ability.
Yeah.
No, yeah. I mean, this is us, I guess, finally getting modern football. Maybe some form of it, I suppose.
And the problem is that people were out there and said, no, we don't want him because he was an Inter-fan or is an Inter-fan. Yeah. And they don't see the bigger picture, and that is my problem.
So's our coach, right? So, I mean,
yeah,
whatever. What do you do?
Yeah, and then also, I mean, guys, like every time I see Yildiz on the ball, I get that, that little feeling, a little flutter. That flutter.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's but it's good because I was everybody's saying, hey, where is our right now we're short wingers. Obviously, we're short on for depth, for sure. Yeah. But from what I saw from Weah and Yildiz, I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad at it at all. Obviously, you can't trot those two out for 90 minutes every game, so it's still something that needs to be addressed. And if we do wind up getting one of these guys, Galeno or Conceição alone, that's fine. But just as a base for those two, it's it was cool. I didn't mind seeing that at all. It was, but yeah, attack's definitely still a little thin. So hopefully that gets addressed. I mean, Douglas Luiz, wow,
Yep.
Yeah, it It was everything that we were all excited about when we initially heard about him, for a small sample size. And then midfield, like Fagioli and Locatelli, they were okay. It wasn't like inspiring, right? But I don't know how much you're going to see of that in friendlies. But yeah, I don't know. I like them as depth pieces, but now especially if we get Koopmeiners coming in now too, I just see them as like really good depth options. I'd be surprised if either one of those guys are, as of right now, first choice starters.
Well, I'd be very interested as well. Like, how much of an attacking three do we need if the midfield actually just does its job?
Good point. Exactly. Good point.
The
Right?
problem is you still do. Let's say where's your starter on the right now, and you're just the starter on the left, because that is what we are working with right now. We don't know with the rumors if somebody will actually come or not. But let's take those guys. You still need rotation players.
Mhm.
Like if Chiesa's out of the picture, then you have to get a replacement for whatever the site would be that Chiesa was planned for. Like there wasn't actual plans, but you need still like one player to in exchange basically for Chiesa and an additional one. So you have the position, both winger positions double covered basically.
Well, and this is what we're hearing is that there's 4 more signings: Todibo, Coop, and then a couple of attackers, a winger and probably a striker. So
and I forgot, and you need the striker on top as well.
Yeah,
it's in my opinion like 3 front wingers.
That's the
4 front players. Sorry.
That's probably the striker position is the one where you really haven't heard a name that's been sustained for as long as some of these others, right? You'll hear you'll hear a Redigui for a little bit, but then it'll go completely dark, and so on and so forth. So, I mean, honestly, if for whatever, I think Milik getting hurt really hampered sort of Giuntoli's ability to get him out sooner than later.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? If Milik winds up coming back healthy and he's the vice Vlahovic, like if that's going to be the biggest gap that needs to be filled, I'm okay with it. Especially if our
problem
gets
is
the upgrade that it has.
Yeah. No, I would have agreed with you if it was last season. The problem is with all the competitions that we are in. I don't know. Let's say one of them is the starter for your Serie A matches and the other one for your Champions League matches, or for the Copa matches.
The argument I'm laying down though is that it looks like we're spending all this money on the midfielder. If the midfielders can just do their job, what I'm now saying is like, not that we don't need reinforcements, but that reinforcements could be just a Retegui or whoever, right? We don't have to drop heavy.
I agree. I agree with that absolutely.
They just have to show up.
I agree. Retegui number 1, not for that money, but a type like that. If you can get a guy like that, yeah, absolutely. My problem is just that if you have to rotate Vlahovic and Milik, I don't think. I'm sorry, Vlahovic is not good enough, but at least he has some worth that you can sell him for. The problem is that that I don't know how Milik will work off if you rotate those guys, and Milik, let's say, would be your starter in lots of Champions League games and Serie A games.
Well, I think he would probably be the Copa guy for sure. when that winds up coming back.
I agree, but then for No, I agree with that, but I think you still need a different striker. But I think that will be a move. I think that will be a move out of nowhere, like the Cabal situation, like it came from out of nowhere.
And even if we do wind up getting a striker, I'm not expecting anything. I think it would just be somebody serviceable for depth rotation.
I agree.
Just because I have a feeling that when we do, if it looks like we're going to be closing the Koopmeier deal, I don't think it's going to be one of those installment things. I think we're going to have to dish out that cash right away.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
we're not real. So anybody else we're picking up, we're going to have to do on some kind of installment plan.
That's what Tadebo's looking like 10 million and then pay another 20.
Yep.
Yeah, because they're really saving all that money. They're gonna Atalanta's gonna get it right away. It's my guess. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what it sounded like.
Yep.
And it looks like Fiorentina only wants to deal with cash as well.
Well, I mean, hey, if they can take McKennie off our hands,
The wages though, that's the thing. What kind of wages? He already wanted more.
2.5. Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, he screwed that up with Villa. So whatever. Hopefully, his agent has.
He screwed himself, dude.
He screwed himself
a
lot.
He screwed himself
and
completely.
Us too, because we could have included him, and then if we wanted to sell Barrenechea, we could have, and that would have freed up a little bit more. We'd probably be a little bit further along in this process. So I have no problem with Juve freezing him out right now. So yeah, he screwed himself over. He screwed over the team. So whatever, dude.
And then there's Timmy, just trying to cut down the rate.
I mean,
Timmy is very good.
Yeah, he found himself in some really good. Positions, but kind of 10 toes down was saying, right? The end product. I mean, that last one where I don't know why he tried to assist, but he should have just shot the fucking ball.
Should have, yeah.
I don't understand what he was. It was 1-on-1 with the keeper. He could have slotted something there, or at least tried. And if anything, the keeper probably would have been able to get a decent save on it. It would have deflected it and maybe left it over, to somebody else in the box. So hopefully that, hopefully the guy, and I think Loca kind of talked him down a little bit after that. So he hopefully took that to heart. So, and gets a little bit more aggressive when he's in those kind of positions.
You like to hope, he hasn't had solid minutes. He was, the beginning of last season, he had a little bit more consistency, but then he dropped off, and I think that's maybe a lot of what it is.
He had injury problems, and then he was a bit, in my opinion, he was cut out of his abilities on the right side, because we played him in a wing back role where he had to care defensively more than he has to now. I think the right winger position fits him perfectly, and now you will get to see the best finally out of him. And in these 2 games, you already saw the speed, how explosive he is, and he has a great shot, and he showed it today again. He will score lots of goals. He will assist a lot. I think he will reach 15 goal contributions,
which would be great.
That would be great. Yeah,
because like I said, I think we're going to actually get some goal contributions, like you were saying, from the midfield this year, right? Yeah. I mean, last year, I think altogether we didn't even crack 7, 8.
Yep.
Could be wrong, right? But that's everybody. So if you're going to start having Luis slot a couple of in, Koopmeyers, if we get him, you know what I mean, spread out the goals a little bit more. That's really the hope, right? That's why we revamped this whole thing. Like I said, my only concern is how it's tough, because I think this week coming up is going to be crucial. If we don't close Coop and Tadebo this coming week, that Como game, we're going to be looking a little thin. So,
it'll happen. It's happening this week.
Yeah,
you'll see.
So, man. I hope so.
By the way, I think
deadweight out either.
I think this week we will sell 2 players, and I think we will sell 2 players. Now I don't know if the money has to come in. And I think Giuntoli has stuff on the table that we don't know of. I think Todibo is the first year that will get over the line, from these 2.
It is more advanced.
And and then when we see what we can earn, I don't know if there's suitors for Chiesa. McKennie, I think will be gone most likely. It looks like there are offers on the table for Nicolosi, and that small change is also worth something. It's still 7 for Nicolosi, or 8 or whatever, or 10, too. Something like that.
I heard Hassa to Palermo for around 4-ish.
Yeah, I mean, a few million here, a few million there, it does add up.
Because with the Soulé sell, even though we show that that gain immediately on the books, cash wise, we're only getting a fourth of that right now.
Yep.
So it's not like
Yep.
we're going to have that full 24
Yep.
million to throw in.
Yep.
To throw in. I think that's why they're trying to do the structure the Todibo deal the
Yep.
way they are. That way they can still have cash on hand,
Yep.
for Coop.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Really, it's smart. They got to take their time. They've been balancing it fairly well so far in terms of not rushing the deal so that you get a bad deal, but then also just closing it, know when to close. So I think they know if they want Coop that they can't sit on it. Like
Yep.
I've even heard that they want to keep Coop for the Super Cup.
Yeah, I read that.
As
but
like,
shut
and it's
the
like no, like he's either our player or he's not.
Either that, or you better give us a nice little discount. All right, we'll check. 10 million separate transaction if he wants to play that game. Oh, and if he gets hurt, like that's on you. So.
Yeah, true enough. That he could get hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
And would he want to? That's awkward.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, you already signed, and I think that was probably just a little bit of sensationalism that just got
I agree. Yeah.
That's just it's a big deal for them because they've never played that match before, but I mean, good luck anyway.
Well, he will. If he's going to be a Juventino, he's going to be able to play for some cups.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, if we're playing for that cup, that means we win the Champions League. So.
Yeah.
Or the Europa League.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to see Europa League for a very long time. So.
Oh my god.
So yeah, but I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I think you're hoping to see a little bit more. I think with Atalanta, you're going to see at least I'd say about 80%, depending on how the signings go, this week. I think that Atletico Madrid game, the guys you're going to see start that game, the majority of them are going to be starting against Como. So
that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's rather we have those pieces or not. Todibo looks like it's pretty much there. It's some bonuses. I think from what I've seen, the theme of the transfer market has been sell-on clauses.
Yeah.
So we've seen that go in both directions. Maybe even Monday. Like it looks like it's ready to go.
I think Todibo is just a case of like the couple of 100,000 here as immediate money or here and there as bonuses. It's those stuff and how you pay the money instead of the overall value of the deal. Because the value of the deal is pretty much bang on 30 million. It's just a case of how are we dividing them.
Yeah. And then, I mean, another one that actually, with the exception of a bad pass that led to the first goal, I really liked what I saw from Cabal.
Yep.
Yeah, he looked positive.
And he's playing out of position. Like when he plays properly on the left side, I think he will do really, 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 really well. And funny enough, now the video that we did where we said he's a French starter aged pretty well, I think now.
Maybe early days. We'll see how the season goes in. But I did like him. It was one of the bright spots. Both Gatti and Cabal together, they look pretty decent. I liked how Gatti actually stepped up a bit there and kind of took that charge. He played the Bremer role in the absence. Like he was the starter defender essentially, right? He was the lead defender and he led that back line for those 45 minutes, what have you, and it looked good. I wasn't upset with it. I mean, all the goals came in the second half, right? So,
did anybody else kind of get, and not saying that they're the same player, but did anybody kind of get that nostalgic feeling when you saw Luis take that corner of like when Pjanic used to take them?
Oh, no, I don't know. I wouldn't feel that, to be honest. But
no, I think not for me, because I saw Luis take them for Aston Villa like hundreds of times. I'm already used to the image of him taking the corners. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, just actually seeing a midfielder being able to take those, thinking, "Wow, he's going to put those in a good spot." I haven't had that feeling for a midfielder taking those since Pjanic days. That was
Oh,
the
just
last
like the
time,
general
I think.
feeling that you
The
had
general
confidence.
feeling.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I see.
Exactly.
I see what you're
That's
at.
where
Yeah.
I was going with that. Yeah.
Yeah. And now imagine him and Cope Miners both are incredible at it, man. Oh man.
Yeah, we gotta close it. I mean, because it does. The only reason I think that it's gonna close is because I don't think Atalanta's. I think Atalanta's pretty much frozen as well until they get that kind of money to make any moves.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the only reason. And there's really nobody else competing with us. So it's more just Atalanta being Atalanta, and But yeah, they're gonna need to get a couple more players to reinforce their squad too, because Zaniolo isn't going to be enough. And I'm saying that very sarcastically, by the way.
Yeah. No, they already put some money on the table, so yeah, they have to earn their money as well to be active on the mercato.
Yeah.
Well, the dominoes will fall. It's one of those situations, right? When that big money flows, especially within the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot will open up. There's probably
it's always a domino effect. It's always that way.
There's teams in the fringes that we're not even paying attention to right now. They're just like, Jesus Christ, just buy him already. Just get this deal over with so the money will start flowing.
And by the way, if I don't know how many times we said don't pay too much attention to preseason. Do you remember the team that slaughtered us 3-0 a week ago?
Yes.
Their league started today. They led 2-0 and lost 3-2. They allowed a hat trick by a single player. So,
well, I mean, you saw. I mean, well, obviously, a lot of the that starting lineup for that game was guys who aren't they're next gen guys for the most part, right?
Yeah. And they were at their best already. They were at their best, so to say.
Yeah. But yeah, it was. I wanted to ask you guys, like, did you see them implement more of what you expect Mota to want to like lay out for his style of plays? Like, I'm talking like passing patterns and so on and so forth. I thought I saw a little bit more of that this game, sort of like what they were kind of trying to do, but was interesting to see if like what you guys saw.
The second half more so.
Look, I missed the first half, but the second half was like almost a copy of what we saw at Bologna last season. So we are getting to. I still don't think he has shown everything, and I think also that he has developed a bit more than just copying his Bologna tactics. But I saw a lot of his crosses towards the right edge of the box, for example, from the left to right, overloading a side to create a majority of players there, and then sharing it to the right side, where that is also very close to what Xabi Alonso is doing, overloading one side and then long ball to the other side to free a single player up. And yeah, he did a lot of that, and I'm honestly excited. It wasn't as sterile in ball possession. Like the Nuremberg game was completely like we had a lot of ball possession, but didn't know what to do with it. It really looked like a copy of Allegri ball a bit out there, and some cross and inshallah. But the second half here is closer to what I think our actual tactic will look, but I think he still has some stuff up his sleeve, because I don't think that he has already reached his full potential at Bologna. Like he will develop like actual different stuff, I think.
So it's hard to tell completely, especially, and that's why I say more so the second half, because the first half you have a lot more of the fringe players coming on, and it was just so disjointed. And it was when the Brazilians came on, and that was more so our final look. And you started to see it click a lot more. So it's very player dependent like that, and that's one of my concerns with this Thiago Motta era, is that he seems to need like very specific profiles to pull this off. And it's like, what happens if we don't have those profiles? And we're kind of seeing that already. When you don't have your ideal lineup, it doesn't look good. So I don't know. There's good and bad, right? Like that's part of this whole preseason is kind of teasing that all apart. So I still have some reservations about this whole thing. Like I've never hidden the fact that I was an Allegri guy. I'm okay with Mata. I'm okay with moving on and whatnot.
All of us were.
Yeah, it's just it's not perfect, right? There's still a lot of room for growth, and we saw a lot of that in the second half, especially like Douglas Luiz was definitely the highlight. And just I can't wait. I know we're getting it like Thursday. I'm just calling it now. Thursday, Coop is gonna sign the papers.
All right, I'll take it.
Just throwing my money down.
Please just don't pay over 55. That's it.
Yeah.
It'll be for 55 and maybe like a few percentage sell on or something ridiculous.
Yeah. What did you? I guess the when I saw the starting lineup, the only thing I saw that kind of surprised me was I thought Atic was going to get the start.
Yeah, there was talks about that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not reading too much into it. Like the kid's still very young. And I think he came on. He did come on, but it was pretty much like right towards the end of the game. But yeah, that was. Other than that, the starting lineup seemed pretty much what I expected. Yeah, hopefully we have a few more guys in there against. Again, well, hopefully we see Luis from the start against Atletico. That would be pretty nice. I expect the wingers to pretty much be the same unless we get another big signing in. I don't know if we're going to sign Todibo, Coop, and a winger by the time the Atletico
1
Madrid
week
game rolls along.
Oh no,
Yeah.
no,
Probably not.
That,
I'm not throwing money down. My money's not going on that one.
The problem with that is that you have to sell someone instead of that, and then you are doing 4 deals within the weekend. It gets even more.
I mean, you guys saw that list from Skira, right? As far as like all the dead weight that's still
I read it out during the stream today.
Yeah,
dude, that's like it's so wild.
R2 is still there.
Kostic,
McKennie is still there. Milik is still there.
He who shall not be named.
At this point, he who shall not be named is dead weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'll just bam. Just put the whole list in the chat. You guys can read it.
Does it fit? You fit the character level? Wow, that's impressive.
Oh, did I? The last one. The last one's Olivieri. It didn't quite make it. Just got okay. So so it had to go in a second message. So the Olivieri is the rest of it.
Yeah.
Urk 10 coming in. Did you change your channel name? Yes, we did. I love the M, the Mercedes, or the BMW M. I can't believe it's Mercedes.
Oh man,
I just screwed that up. I said M for Mercedes.
Hey, be careful. You be careful. You might offend some Germans out there that are fans of specific brands.
I'll just say Dodge is better than Chev and just like walk the other way. Get all the Americans.
That is like confusing Apple for Android.
Oh yes, no, I know. That's those mistakes, the slip of the tongue. I'm sorry, but yeah. So we didn't really talk about it so much in the stream. I guess we could dive in a little bit. We put all the social media posts everywhere out there, but I mean, it's not going to reach everyone. But basically, yeah, we did the double D thing, but then there was 3 Ds, and then it got kind of weird, and we didn't want to leave one of the Ds out.
It was 2 Ds and then a 3rd D joint, and then yeah.
So basically, German Dave's fault. Yep.
It is.
Hey, it's my fault. It's my fault. I crashed the plan. Sorry.
Yeah, we just want to do something a little fresh and exciting.
And also the logo was 2 Ds, and it's kind of weird when you have then 3 Ds.
He was the 3rd wheel.
That's a cool one. 3D, yeah. 3D entertainment. Not bad. I wonder if that was taken.
Let's wait for DP.
Hey, is that Urk or Eric? Eric. Hey, Urk, if you're in the Discord, man, you'll you get a heads up on all that stuff, dude. So I highly recommend you get on there. That's where all the fun stuff happens.
Love it. Sal's doing all the advertising for us. There's the QR code.
And I don't know if Eric 10 is a wrestling fan, but brother, you're welcome because tonight we are doing a watch party of SummerSlam.
Yeah. I might
Dave,
drop
how
in
are
for
you
some of
staying
that.
up for all this, dude?
And we have another Bloodline Rules match.
Yeah.
He didn't even answer. He doesn't care.
Oh my god. Another time Bloodline Rules, brother. It will be shenanigans again, man.
I thought it was 2 nights, but I guess they're not starting that format for SummerSlam until 2026. So I thought
I thought that as well,
Sunday.
and then I saw earlier today. Oh, I guess it is one night.
Yeah. Oh, there he is.
Still no camera. Oh boy. We'll acknowledge you, Dash. Where's your pretty face?
It's right here.
Acknowledge me. So you think he will return as well, yeah? Dude, if not,
if not, I sent the video. I sent that
if not,
video in Discord.
If not, the main event is fucked.
Yeah. Agree.
And speaking of the third D, he finally shows up late.
I was there. I was there. I had to do this thing. It's called Drive Home.
No, I know. We're glad he
But
can make it.
technically he is in time for when the usual start of the college will be.
This is true. We do normally start at this time. But we decided just to roll right through it. Why not? We're here. I was going to say the second part of that sentence.
I just dove in.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard Dash, but we're getting Coop on Thursday.
Yeah.
On Thursday. Okay.
Yeah, it's Thursday.
That's the bold take.
And like the announcement won't even be until like Tuesday, but it's gonna be like a here we go from Romano on Thursday.
I think Friday because I think Todibo on Wednesday.
Can like at this point, because it's just like Romano, Agresti, and them, like they're not insiders anymore. They're just gonna sit there and be like, oh hey, the deal's done. Let me just post about it like 15 minutes before it's actually announced. Like that's what it's gotten to at this point. There's only like a few journalists now that are kind of like sticking their neck out there and just saying, hey, this is looking like it's done. Like I know when people are like, I won't believe it until Romano says it. Yeah, because Romano waits for it to actually be announced for him to actually say it.
Do you know what's crazy to me though? In Serie A, in my opinion, Di Marzio is still the best one. When it regarding transfers, he's still earlier than all the other guys all the time. I need a little bit of time because I have to translate everything always because he posted in Italian. So I need 1 or 2 minutes, and Sel is already like there with translation and everything. but I think Di Marzio still with Serie A is actually like the best journalist out there. Fabrizio already sold his soul to the Premier League, man.
Yeah, Padula as well. Did you guys see what Mota said post match?
No.
Mota said this: whoever remained in Turin is not part of this project, and the management is sending them out.
Marching papers.
Oh, mama. Harsh words, but all right.
That sounds like a coach who has the full backing of his sporting director.
And then,
Dude,
hold on.
Oh my god.
Hold on, it gets better. Reporter asks, Mota, what are your thoughts about Chiesa being left out of this project? I am absolutely convinced that this is the right decision.
Dash, you're beating a dead horse, man. Stop it. Oh my god, that is harsh.
His words.
Oh,
as Deadpool would say it. His words, not mine.
God. Dude, you will see Fabrizio will do a story about this because it's Chiesa, and all the Juventus fanboys will be under the Instagram post. I'm telling you right now.
We'll be waiting.
How long until the case of fanboys say Mota out? That's what I'm waiting.
They already
That'll
did.
be the.
They already did before the Euros.
Just let me taste those tears. Just bring them.
Oh my god.
I don't know who's worse, if it's Chiesa fanboys or Soule fanboys. Between one of those two, man.
They're the same.
Chiesa fanboys.
They alternate between the two.
Chiesa fanboys. The Chiesa
can't-
fanboys are worse. The Sule fanboys didn't have enough time to establish. Like, fortunately,
you think like you think that we're just like selling our future away.
we're selling Jesus. The problem is we're
don't
selling
under-
Jesus.
I don't understand. I'm like, what am I? Because I guess maybe it's some insecurity of me. What did I miss that is causing all of this angst? Like, am I that
I don't
old and just not paying
Dad.
attention?
This is dad bod goals
By,
right here.
by the way, those pants. What are those pants, man? Oh my god.
Same
Pleats on
Taylor.
him.
Same Taylor as Dusan.
Oh, man.
Mamma mia. Man, he is a young coach. He should. Oh man.
That to me is awesome. Those quotes were awesome. He wasn't called up due to market reasons, but also, by the way, whoever remained in Turin, I don't consider part of this project, and the management is finding a solution for them.
Dude is a menace, man. He's a
Are you
menace.
sure about? He's like, are you sure about this? I am 100% convinced that this is the right decision.
Oh my god.
Hey, we're somewhere average Chiesa enjoyers on Twitter just crying in the corner.
There was actually I usually share these on the Discord, but I think it was New York NYC Juventus or something like that.
Oh, Incognito or whatever his name is. Yeah.
Whatever his name is, and he was saying something like, along the lines of, selling them is a bad idea. I'm talking about who, and he said something like, "Oh, what did you expect? What do you think his valuation isn't that bad? Like, what do you expect for that wage? 30 goal contributions?" And I had to respond. I'm like, we didn't even get half of 30 goal contributions. So, like, what are you talking about? What was it, 12, 11?
He's only gone double digits twice in his career.
Yeah, and I was just like, forget 30. Like,
he reached
15.
double-digit goals once. Goal
need
contributions
15.
overall. Oh my god.
I need 15.
And then it was like, you
Dude,
sold your two best wingers. I'm like, since when was Sule one of our best wingers? He didn't even play for us. What, 2 games? That's our best winger. If he was our best winger, we wouldn't have loaned him out.
Yeah,
And
that's the
everybody
problem.
wants
He was our second best winger. That's the problem.
And then they're bringing up the amount of goals he scored for Frozen. Only over half of those were PKs. Like, what am I missing? What am I missing?
Sal's going off. I love it.
And then it's hilarious. And then he tweets, Chiesa would have been useful this game. And then someone responds to him, well, too bad he doesn't want to renew. And he's like, that's not true. Watch our video. I made a 15-minute video on it.
And somebody actually, who was it, 10 Toes Down, just mentioned Fenerbahce. Like, yeah, bring him there. Look, Immobile scored a goal in like 23 seconds. There you go. That's where Chiesa should go. Like, why not?
Dude, Chiesa should go to Galatasaray and play in the Trident with Icardi.
Yeah, he could take Zaniolo's old position.
Is Galatasaray, are they in the Champions League? I'm assuming yes.
Yeah, they were the champions, yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. You want a Champions League
Hey,
team?
they're the Champions League club, dude. Give them Kostic, give them McKennie, give them everybody that wants to play Champions League.
Yeah, hey, it worked. Turkey worked for De Zerbi, right? They hyped him up there.
I think Turkey is exactly what he needs.
Hey, man, it's just like the Lions then would say, hey, man, just come to Galatasaray. We're like the European football rehab.
Dude, please go
Zaniolo
there.
went there,
Hey.
Zaniolo, Icardi.
Yeah. Like, that's totally
Oh
fine,
my
dude. Like, I just don't understand. Like, I've never... Chiesa, I can kind of understand Italian, whatever. He had a good Euro. Okay, but, like, I really don't understand this Sule fixation. Like, I really, really don't.
I don't know. He had a good he had a good under 21 Copa America once, maybe something like that.
This is a positive, guys. We got rid of all of our Argentinians.
Do we really not have an Argentinian on the
Yeah.
squad?
No.
Unless there's like some guy forgot about on the
And
next
now
one.
now we'll win the Scudetto.
Facundo. No, Facundo's Uruguay.
He's Uruguayan.
Uruguayan.
Facundo's Uruguayan.
Yeah, don't let him hear you say that.
Yeah, no, I corrected myself. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's
we
true.
don't have one.
We traded
Yeah.
in Brazilian Argentinians for Brazilians.
No, I hope
what we're
in this
rocking.
case it is a good one, because usually it's the other way around.
Just to kind of like, for example, without JJ's comment, like, I don't understand how you can support. It's all 16-year-old fanboys that's on the internet. That's honestly what it is. It's just
Dude,
like
you have to give up with this stuff. Look, this is an observation I made in Germany, and I guess it is all over the world that way. Messi and Ronaldo killed the philosophy of having a club as a fan, because themselves as single players, it is like religion, man. You have Christianity there, you have that religion there, like it's so, man, I don't know, it's completely against everything that I learned when I grew up loving football. And those two are like reached a level, like individually, of course, also deservedly, because of what they were able to do, but those two figures have become bigger than club football is the problem. And the fans that chose a side in those battles is the generation that we are dealing with right now.
Yeah.
And that generation is always choosing players and not clubs anymore. And that is also down to, dude, the Ronaldo fans are following him wherever he goes. And that's a problem. Real Madrid will always be Real Madrid, but for example, how many people followed him to Manchester United that were Real Madrid fans that wanted to see him there? When he came to Juventus, how many Ronaldo Juventus jerseys did we see that weren't fan of Juventus, for example? In Germany, it is everybody. I don't think I ever saw, like, except of the Juventus game that I went to against Nuremberg, I don't think I ever saw a Juventus jersey in the wild that didn't have Ronaldo on it.
Yep. Ironically, right here, like literally right over my shoulder.
It should look. I mean, and if you're younger, I kind of get it, because you don't have a point of reference, right? So the player might be the reason why you started joining it, and that's totally fine. But I'm not seeing 12-year-olds complaining about this. I'm seeing, men complaining about this.
That's what I find ironic.
Like, look, I was upset when Scalacci left Juventus, but I was 12. Okay, so like, there's a difference here.
Oh, absolutely, huge difference. Huge difference. Well, I mean, it's just like, because, like, for example, I look at Chiesa's stats, and I just look at his thing over his entire career, and it's just like he wasn't this amazing guy. And I could understand TikTok edits being the reason why there is a cult for this guy. It's because the people that support him have the attention span of a fucking squirrel.
Yeah, and you know what? And I think what really pissed a lot of and this is more on the Soleil side, because I just can't let this go. What really pissed me off was they saw the reaction that he got when he was at the airport in Rome, right? And they're like, look, they know what they have on their hands. I'm like, no,
it's Roma,
right? I'm like,
and also
that's small club mentality shit. Like,
no, hold up, and also, you fucking hypocrites. If you look at how Roma received him, why didn't you receive him like that? Or why didn't you receive? Dude, nobody went to Douglas Luiz when he arrived like that. Nobody went to La Continenza, the airport, when Thuram arrived.
Yeah, nobody did for Sule.
Dude, what the hell? In Juventus, they're not doing it for any player right now. So what the hell?
Even for
leave Roma alone.
It was in front of the Continenza. Yeah, it was a bigger crowd than most, which is understandable. They didn't mob him at the airport. That's what I'm saying. Like, do we forget the welcome that Dybala got?
Dude.
Yeah, the whole fucking city.
I was just gonna say, dude, for Dybala, they need to book the whole Colosseum, man.
Yeah.
You haven't won a Scudetto that long. It's hard to find things to get excited for. I guess the Conference League championship wasn't enough.
Giuntoli could donate his left testicle to Roma, and they would put it in a fucking museum.
Like, guys, players are gonna come and go. Managers are gonna come and go. The club stays. The club stays, guys. That's it. The club stays. the sooner you come to grips with that, like the less stress you're going to have about this game.
Except that one club in France. Who was it that they just folded?
Yeah.
Bordeaux, Girondin Bordeaux.
Yeah, that
sounds right.
Bordeaux?
Yeah, that was my boomerang, guys.
The sad story is, of course, I don't know a lot about Bordeaux, but I remember like in the early to mid 2010s, like they were perennial like Champions League participants and everything. So the overall story like is actually sad.
Well, Zidane played for them, didn't he?
Yes, he started his career.
Okay.
Yeah.
Started his career there.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's sad. I mean, it was kind of like, who was it? Parma a little bit, although they almost folded. They're back now, but they were almost right there. And if that would have happened, it'd be a travesty because Parma in their day had some great players.
Yeah.
So, gentlemen, I propose because 3 of us or maybe 4 of us might be watching SummerSlam right after this. Shall we sign off now and give us some time to prepare for SummerSlam?
That's fair. Yeah. So that's
Dave. You've been going
Eastern,
for
right?
Yeah, you've been going for 3 hours.
I took a 5-minute break.
I came in straight from work. I didn't even eat anything for the whole day.
I know. I'm still in my work clothes. I need
None of us eat. We don't eat when we do this, guys. We just run on pure hate.
Dude, I arrived home, threw my backpack.
Because here's the thing, guys. If you guys don't know this, so we watch WWE like the premium live events, like the Big 4. We always get together. We go on Discord. And we do a watch along. We bring in Maple Dave, and Maple Dave just has the best one-liners at some of the most random points of the match.
I have no idea what's going on.
He has no fucking clue what's going on, but he'll say some perfect. He is like as close as we'll get to Deadpool because he is actually Canadian.
I'm excited I'm excited
Cool.
for what he would have said if he sees Nia Jax wrestle.
All I gotta say, I saw.
Were you there for that? He did. It was fucking hilarious at the Royal Rumble.
Oh, maybe I might remember that.
Yeah, the women's Royal Rumble. He had some really good one-on.
Yeah, when he saw Nia for the first time, he's like, "What the fuck is that?"
but the question is.
Was that the one?
Yeah. No, our truth eliminated himself. He said,
"Oh, those are women.
These are women.
That's a woman."
and he went out and said, "My bad,
my bad."
Oh, you're gonna get me canceled now. That's Discord talk, guys. Jeez. That starts in 40 minutes. So
yeah, let's sign her off. We got the Wednesday tinfoil hat show.
Cover Dash's face with the Discord.
Cover my face.
Got to cover somebody's face. It's yours.
Gosh, wow! What a way to kick off the new brand name and everything. The dive and all of it. People wanted us to do 3Ds, triple Ds. What are we, tits? Come on.
We were playing tits today.
You savage.
Made me think of Total Recall, guys.
No.
If anybody remembers that scene.
All right. But anyway, new folks, like and subscribe. If you want more Juve, Beppe is live, so you can go over there and listen to Beppe. Wrestling fans, we're on Discord. We're going to be doing a watch along on Discord. So go get your snacks, get your stuff, because we're going to watch some cinema.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Oh,
so I got new music too.
All right.
Love it. It's rocking.
Going a little heavier, boys.
Sure.
Is that you playing that guitar?
It's Mr. Dave here, Maple Dave here with the absolute guitar solo. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video. Make sure you see us on Wednesday because we're not doing any Formula One because it is the summer break. But like always, like and subscribe and make sure you dive in on the Wednesday Tinfoil Hat Show with The Dive.
Okay.